So who was your childhood crush?
Will Smith.
Haha. Sorry.
Mm.
Okay.
I had the entire back of my bedroom door was like cutouts of pictures from Black Hair magazine and Jet and Essence and all that stuff
Specifically, what
of Will
era
Smith.
Will Smith? I mean, this might date you, so you don't have to.
Oh,
But
okay.
what
I age
era
like a
Will
fine
Smith?
wine. It was definitely like early Fresh Prince and like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince era.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tim?
Is it goofy that I just don't remember?
Well,
No?
I feel like when I was watching the movie and they brought up their crushes, I was like, huh, that's
Are you saying your crush is goofy?
no.
No, it's
No.
low hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
Maybe they were.
That's all right. What about you, Kareem?
dang, this a long time.
Long time ago.
Dang, how long? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I had a famous actor person. Oh, Epps.
Omar Epps.
Omar?
Which Epps?
The
Micah?
Or 2 Chains? That's his old name.
not Mike Epps. I hate Mike Epps, the comedian. I hate him.
Sorry.
I can't
His
stand him.
brother Omar Epps? There's only 2.
Omar Epps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He was my thing. He was yes.
Is he still your thing?
No, he's not.
Is that a diss that he kind of
Fell
fell off?
Get out of my head.
Because I've heard that conversation before. Them saying, "What happened? He used to be."
He fell off in a major way.
I think when he gained a little weight and his face shape changed, people were like, "Nah, we're done with you."
I think
It
that's
was
what it was.
it was the face shape change. I thought I was
No,
I'm not.
I'm not being serious. I'm not being silly at all.
Yeah,
his face
got
shape
rounder.
is
Yeah.
different, and it just not the same effect.
I think I seen him like in a new interview when I was like, what?
So where was the
what was this?
line? Was it when he came on House? Was that before or after the
Oh
face change?
God, he was on House.
Yeah.
House was after the face change.
It is.
Okay. I think that was when people noticed.
Because I think I was happy that he was on House, but then I'm like, this ain't loving basketball. This ain't. This is.
Well,
I'm over it.
Damn. Shallow. Look at you. No, I'm just.
I mean,
You
it's
better stop.
it's an actor. What else I got?
All right. Okay, that's fair. Mine was Mariah Carey.
Nice.
Really?
I mean,
Pretty good.
I have several. I'm not gonna lie,
I
but
mean, I think we
Mariah
all got
was
several. This
was
is-
up there,
So
and
because
fitting
it has to be said, so white Mariah, because that's the time frame. There's white Mariah and then Bone Thugs.
I hate everything.
Look, I'm not going to dignify that with a response, but I
But
will
nobody
say,
knew.
Is
Nobody
it
knew. She wasn't doing it, but nobody knew.
Pre-honey
It wasn't on purpose.
or
Yes.
post-honey?
Oh,
Pre-honey.
Yeah,
Pre-honey.
well then,
There
then
you
Tim
go.
is right.
you know what?
I knew in my heart of hearts.
and Will Smith for a hot second. It
Look,
was a hot
Thank you.
second
See,
All
I
right.
knew Cream.
We have a
It was-
consensus going.
because yeah. Of course, time changing. He changed, so
Yeah.
He didn't
Early-
go through
early
the
Will
face change
Smith.
though.
his
Will
face
Smith
didn't
hasn't
change,
gone
though.
through the face change.
oh no,
he is,
no.
He's still
he
got
is
that.
aged like a fine
He's
wine.
still very attractive. Just when he talks, it's
Yeah.
just like I need you to shut up.
Yeah.
Is
Same.
it because his
Same.
bottom row of teeth is crooked? Why?
Because
That's
Whoa!
mean.
no, because
That's
as soon
mean.
as he says something, it just ruins the illusion.
He's weird. He's not in a good way. He's weird. Jada's making him more weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
this
It's-
is too much
If
now.
I feel, I mean,
Your kids
no,
are weird.
I
It's-
can't. Look, I ain't gonna attack the man family like you, Kareem. God damn.
Ouch!
Like, damn.
My
He
bad.
can't help his kids are weird. He's
He
rich
can't help that.
and
You
he
the
had
parent.
kids.
That's
You the parent.
parenting. Yes, I'm with you.
Aw.
parent.
All them rich people kids weird. Just some not just as outwardly weird, but
That's
they all
true.
weird.
I mean, okay, yeah, they're the most publicized. But
We don't know what the secret son is like.
He's
no,
normal.
he has a
Words,
Twitch now.
right?
He has
Yeah.
a Twitch. He's
You talking
doing-
about the
Oh,
first
okay.
one, the first,
Yeah.
his oldest,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah.
normal because he was with the mom enough.
his mom.
He not always at
His
at
mother
the house.
scooped him up and took him away because she saw what
Yep.
was going on. She said,
Yep.
"Oh no,
Yep.
we gotta we gotta go.
They all still cool. Like he over there like 4 days out of the week. But
Yeah,
anyway,
very
I
attractive
don't like
family,
Nick
but
Cannon.
they're weird. I don't think anybody likes Nick Cannon.
No, I'm saying that because my crush was Mariah.
Ow!
So and like him being younger than her was like, to me, was like I had a chance. I didn't have a chance, but I had a chance. I was like, oh, she in the young. Fuck Nick Cannon.
Yeah, because he had some sort of game somehow.
Look, the thing that's like burned into my head is he was doing an interview with somebody, and they were talking about how he'd been crushed on. His crush was Mariah, and he was working like the Teen Choice Awards red carpet or something, and they were interviewing Mariah, and he's off to the side like he was plotting then. Anyway.
Oh, Tisha Campbell.
Okay. Gina.
Yeah.
Okay.
From House Party. That's
House
what
Party.
did it.
Tisha Campbell.
House Party was what did it.
I want to ask the timeline because
what undid it? Like, were you still banging with her with my wife and kids?
No, I follow her on Instagram right now.
Okay.
So
look, I respect that. Unlike Karreem, these Kareems ain't loyal.
Look, are these stars loyal to me?
Look, Tisha Campbell body changed too, but Tim's still with it.
Yeah, but Tisha Campbell's face is still her face.
I don't know.
I mean, look at Kid.
His face turned a whole different shape.
Anyway,
Kid was on cable television as a whole white man hosting a game show, and I didn't know it was him.
If you take his head and play that little shapes game you had as a kid, where you put the square block in the square hole,
Operation. Speaking of house,
you can't do that with him. After it was like his head is
so disrespectful. I'm trying to stop you.
No, you're not.
Look, I'm trying to get you to heaven. I'm trying to get you to heaven, Kareem.
On it. You could have let it rock. You said, unlike these Kareems ain't loyal.
Oh, that ship done sailed years ago. I'm having fun now.
Anyway, on that note, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time with us, we're the secret group of brown kids. Who are the secret group of brown kids? It's a secret, but you might be able to find us enjoying our favorite snack, the taste of Caesar salad. My name is Tiffzilla, your host, and on this podcast, I make my friends watch movies with me and talk about their feelings. And on the panel today, Judicial Fantasy, Lola.
What it do?
Always Be My Crazy, Kareem.
Oh, and Lorenz Tate. He was
anyway.
Okay, yeah.
All I want for Christmas is food, Tim.
I still have 2 cartons of eggnog to finish.
And the movie of the week is Always Be My Maybe, which is going to finish off our Valentine's Day mini-series of romance movies. We finally got to the rom-com. We started with Southside With You, like a straight up drama romance. Then we did something a bit awkward. We did
that way.
With her?
Yeah, her. It was originally going to be The Artist, but I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. And I was like, no one's going to listen to the episode if we can't find...
I wanted to be there for her. I was working, never mind.
The joke was right there. I saw that it was your mom's birthday weekend, so I didn't even bother.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, like y'all were out eating crabs and shit, and I was like, oh, look at that. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, he got me, and I got weird.
Well, yeah, it was just me and Tim talking about if we would date an operating system.
Dang, I should have been there for that one.
Right?
I liked her.
To be honest, if you build it right, I mean.
You said if you build it right.
I mean, not to revisit that one, but like, are we talking? Because like, if I had to choose right now, I'd probably date Alexa over Siri.
Look, which one of them is least likely to kill me? That was what we were really talking about.
Kareem, which voice? Lorenz Tate or Omar
Lorenz. Every time I hear his voice, I think of that face shape.
What about the Samuel Jackson download voice for your Garmin GPS?
That would be cool. That would
turn left, motherfucker.
And I hope they burn in hell.
But yeah, back to this. Always Be My Maybe 2019.
God, it feels like it doesn't feel like it's been that long. 2019 is not 10 years
Right?
ago. What's going on?
I was trying to figure out because I was like, didn't this movie just come
This
out?
movie, right?
Yes.
5 years. It's going on in 3 months. It'll be 5 years. What?
Good God.
I am upset. Anyway, because it doesn't feel like that long. Maybe 2 years at the most, but here we are. If you don't know what it is, childhood sweethearts have a falling out and don't speak to each other for 15 years. They reconnect as adults when Sasha runs into Marcus in San Francisco. Although the old sparks are still there, the couple live in different worlds. So, nothing too special there, but it's good. Just trust me.
Nice stuff.
So it was released on Netflix, still on Netflix. Of course, they did their usual limited theatrical run just to get in theaters for a little bit.
Oh, I
But
didn't know it was in the theaters.
I mean, it was maybe New York and LA for one night kind of deal.
Okay.
I couldn't even find any box office info on it, so they weren't really
Mhm.
trying.
That's interesting because I love her as an actress.
Same.
Yeah.
Her and
Well,
Beef.
Beef, yo.
Oh,
Amazing.
right.
Beef was so angry.
Yeah, I saw this first because Beef was last
Yeah.
year, or was it 5 years ago? I don't know. But this was the first time I saw her acting, and then I saw Paper Girls, then Beef. But she's really good.
I haven't seen Paper Girls.
Have you seen any of her stand-ups, Ali
Her
Wong?
Yes.
stand-up's fun.
I
Okay.
have not.
Yeah. Her stand-ups are
So
great.
that's how they got Keanu, because he watched her stand-up and said yes to doing the movie.
Amazing.
I don't think I've seen. If I did, I've only seen part of one, so not the whole thing. So one day. Directed by Nanashka Khan, who I think she usually produces, but I think she was one of the producers on Fresh Off the Boat, and that's where she got with Randall. And Randall Park and Ali Wong are friends from maybe not college, because I don't think they were in college at the same time, but Randall had a Asian American group. That's how they kind of knew each other.
Mm.
And they've been friends since Ali was in college. So apparently, just got together and made this one. And other actors, we already said Ali Wong, Randall Park, but there's also James Saito, Michelle Bateau, who's hilarious, Vivian Bong, Susan Park, Daniel Day Kim, homie from Lost, and Hawaii 5-0, right? Those are his two biggest credits.
He's going to be the Fire Lord soon.
Oh, yeah, and he's about to be Fire Lord Ozai in 2 weeks.
The way everybody is standing for him as Fire Lord Ozai.
No, as soon as they showed the actors that were gonna be in it, I was like, okay, he's gonna work. When they showed the picture, I was like, well, who's by now?
And not to bring up the M. Night travesty, but not knocking Cliff Curtis, who is can play anything apparently. He's a good actor too, but Daniel Day Kim, when I saw the Fire Lord picture, I was like, all right, that
he's about to give homeboy from Star Wars a run for his money.
Oh, Adam Driver.
No, the other way. Luke. Why can't I think of the actor?
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill. He did the original Fire Lord's voice.
Oh,
and he killed that. He was foreboding. He was terrifying.
Yeah, he's a great voice actor.
I know that.
Yeah.
I thought you just meant because his shirt was off.
No.
His shirt was off and he had high waist pants on. So they both kind of had the same. Anyway.
High waist. That's high stomach.
High stomach. But yeah, and of course there's Karen Sony, who I first remember him from the AT&T commercials with the nerds or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it was singular back then. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe.
And now the AT&T commercials only has the one girl left that should have been Squirrel Girl. But Karen Sony, he at least he's one of them that actually kept his stuff going, and now he's with he was in Deadpool and
I was gonna say, wasn't he Dopender? Yeah.
Such an out of the way weird character, but he made it work, and it was so funny.
And it's memorable.
Great. It's such a it's a staple now. He needs to be in all of them.
And then Charlene Yee, she's awkwardly funny.
She's Ruby from Steven Universe.
Oh, I never knew she did that voice.
Yep.
And I loved her in Knocked Up. Oh my God, she was.
That's where I remember.
Yes, She's
She was
so
in a Judd
amazing.
Apatow.
Yeah.
She
She's
was
in
in a
some
couple
weird movie
Judd
with
Apatows.
John.
Yeah.
I can't think of she's in the movie with the kid from Arrested Development. It's like a love story based on possibly what really happened to some people because they're playing themselves. It was awkwardly good, but also kind of like I could understand why why somebody might not like it. I can't even remember the name of it. Michael Cera. It's her and Michael Cera, and it's like a weird. I think it's documentary styled, but it was also a little love movie that wasn't too bad.
Okay. And like we said, it's written by Ali Wong, Randall Park, and there's also Michael Golamko. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Sounds right.
But budget 19 million, which
Really?
seems about right, I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's a rom com, and I feel like they called in some favors, but also they had Netflix money. That seems right. Yeah. The one thing I do know is that they, even though it's in San Francisco, they filmed it in Vancouver to save money because San Francisco is so damn expensive.
Makes sense.
But then they did some on location shoots at the end there to tie it all together. But the Keanu shots were in San Francisco because he was filming John Wick 3 there.
That makes sense. Because where else would they get that restaurant?
Funny, it's actually a Jewish museum.
Really?
What?
Yeah. But yeah, there's no box office because, like I said, if it was it was in theaters, but not enough for them to even try to record it. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, tell me if this makes sense. Audience 80, critics 89.
Yeah, that I was just looking at that. It didn't make sense at all. Like, how is it that the critics liked it more than the audience did?
I think for now I'm not sure how to put this into words, but my theory is, it's almost the same, so it there's probably not much to really go off of here. But I think that as far as rom-coms go, this is like, as far as critics and the rom-coms that they have to watch, which is all of them, they genuinely laughed a lot during this. Like, because Ali Wong and Randall Park are really funny. And like just the shit, and everybody in the movie is really funny. Just the shit that they were saying. So like, even though it follows, traditional rom-com beats, which is why I think the audience was a little lower, because it's like, oh, we've seen this before, the love has to be tested, all that's, all those things. It still felt fresh enough for critics that like they laughed a lot, where they might not always laugh. So it was more of like a overcorrect a little bit on their end.
I don't know. I feel like even with the like you kind of know where it was going, there was enough things that just came like out of far left, and they had such a good supporting cast that I walked away from it feeling like it was a fresh rom-com as opposed to like such a, like, we know the storyline.
The only other thing I got is the general audience isn't as how do I say, like, generally speaking, isn't as receptive to an Asian movie.
Okay,
that's
so
basically it.
See,
That's where I was gonna say. It's basically that.
and
yeah.
how close was this to Crazy Rich Asians?
A year after.
A year after?
Exactly a year after, if I'm not mistaken.
But you know what was weird about it, and I'm sure we're probably going to touch on this at some point later, but I don't know that we could make a real good comparison of it to Crazy Rich Asians, and I'd be surprised that people would have a certain feel about, yes, it's Asian leads, but the soundtrack is very melanated.
It
so
is.
I feel
True.
like where there might be some like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like if they watched the trailer and they heard the music, like the music sucked me in right from the get.
Because I think back at during that time frame, they would compare it solely based off of romantic comedy Asian lead. That's the only connection.
So you're
people would
saying
make
that general audiences immediately compared it to Crazy Rich Asians
just because it's Asian love story.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Which might have taken away from the audience going out to see it, because it's a great movie. I like the movie.
I mean, they didn't have to go out to see it. That's the other thing. They could stay there at home and watch. But no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I mean, I could see that, and the Crazy Rich Asians was such a great like breakout or whatever like that. But again, that's dumb. I don't know. I think maybe you're right that it was just unfortunately two Asian leads, and they're like, meh.
Yeah.
Which is sad because
I didn't want to be
absent
right.
some of the stuff that is specific to their background, it is really something that could resonate with almost any minority. There's,
Yeah.
Right.
has to be
Yeah,
Asian. So
because it resonated with me. Like even
yeah,
though it's not specific things,
yeah,
I still appreciated 3 distinct moments where we see them take shoes off in the house. There's one scene where you see kids go into the house, take their
yes, I
shoes
love
off,
that.
run through the
Run to
house,
the house and
go
then
out
put
the
it
back
back
and
on.
put them back on.
Yes.
I peeped that too. I was like, damn.
But there's 3 times in the movie where they make sure you see them take shoes off when going into the house, and it's like
Yes.
a lot of people that's going to go right over their heads, but it's like they put in little things like that where it's like Asian specific, or at least if you're in the know, you'll be like, oh, that's like, okay, I understand why they
That's
did that.
authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So,
Well, forget them.
yeah. But this is usually where I shout people out, but I skipped posting last week because I have such a backlog of stuff to do. So when I don't post, people don't listen. So we don't really have anybody to really shout out. So I'm gonna shout out Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I wish we had gotten to see his face shape change.
wow.
Wow.
Wow. Yo, me and Kareem cannot be on the same episode because we have the exact same responses. Why was that a surround sound? Like, damn.
Y'all got the THX noise going.
Oh.
But I said that because in the movie there's a quote. Anyway, we'll get to it. I'm just gonna remind y'all, if you listen and you don't like or subscribe, go ahead and do that for us. Thanks.
Bring it up.
Now moving forward, we're gonna spoil the movie. It is on Netflix. I know Netflix is dumb expensive and they canceled password sharing, but I believe if there's a will, there's a way, and you can watch this movie if you haven't already. And it's worth it. It's like 100 minutes, so it's really breezy. You'll enjoy it unless there's a 80% chance you'll enjoy it.
89 if you're critical.
Right? Yeah.
If you're intelligent. How about that?
I love the movie, so go ahead and watch
the
it.
movie.
Or you could just stay and listen to our voices. So,
Smooth
like I said, I loved it. How did y'all feel about it, real quick?
So far, I've liked everything I've seen Randall Park in, and this is absolutely no different. This is like just a fantastic, like you guys said earlier. It's like it gives you the normal rom-com beats, but with a little bit of a flip on some of them to make it feel new. And I actually, there's a spot in the movie I realized I teared up last time. I teared up again this time. So it got me.
You gotta say it when we get to it. You gotta say it because I want to know if it's the right part.
I think there's only that one part, honestly.
Hold
I'm
on,
just saying.
I mean, I'm with Kareem. There's one part and it got me both times.
All right, well, maybe there's 2 parts for me and I'm thrown off. But Lola.
Like I said, I think I think that the cultural nuances provide a fresh take on what would otherwise be like a generic rom-com. The one thing I will say that I was curious as to what the choices were behind it is the music, the soundtrack. Like I said, when Kareem brought up Crazy Rich Asians, I really liked that particular soundtrack. It was very Asian centric. Even if it were just like Asian covers of songs that we knew from other things. And this was a very hip hop centric playlist or a soundtrack, I should say. And I feel like that's always a weird space to be in because I'm going to be the person to mention it to get it out the way so that hopefully the conversations don't linger in that space for too long. But there's always that weird friction between Asian and Black culture and, their cross sections. So I personally enjoyed it, but I also know I could see where some people would be like, oh, here we go again. That, they're listening to hip hop. Like, was there not K-pop and like K-R&B or something like that
That's still black shit
for them back then?
But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
do people really say K-R&B? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like there wasn't like a Korean or Chinese something or other
Look,
that they could have been
all I
playing as
know,
opposed to D'Angelo. I don't know.
is
But
the
I was
Asians I
okay with
grew
it.
up with love hip hop and shit. So I
Same.
never questioned that. And I know the same thing with you. And I know the type of person you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but they just gonna have to be mad. I mean, Marcus in the movie, he rapped. Like, it was a
I know.
band, but he was rapping. So I assumed, like, he liked rapping. That might be
I thought
why,
Exactly.
that,
No,
I
or
think
I
it's
that
or
got
was
it's
that.
added to the
Randall
movie.
To quote the
himself.
vernacular, Randall
Yeah.
Park is he is with it.
Yeah.
He's a little too good.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. And I got that that was the plot
Yeah.
point behind it, or the choice. But I like, for me again, if you like music
Mhm.
already, then like that's just one more thing to add to
Yes.
all the reasons why I like this
Yeah.
movie.
It's great.
Almost every time there was a new scene or a scene transition or whatever, like there was a needle drop. and so it was eventually it trained you to be like, ooh, what's the new song?
Yeah.
And you bop for like 3 seconds and like, all right. Kareem?
I loved the movie. Hated the dude. Not the actor, the character.
Oh, like Chris hated Joshua in the last or in the creator episode?
Oh my god. Yes. Yes.
Hey. I mean, I understand. We'll get to it, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. I don't know why I said that. Like
You said
there's
let's
a
get
But you're
into it, and I immediately thought you were gonna do an ad for like hey, this is our sponsor.
so there's a fragrance reviewer that I follow. I can't remember if she's Curly Scents or Curly Fragrances because there's two of them. But one of them, her little catchphrase when she starts is "Let's get into it," and like that. Yeah, that's probably where I got it from. I'm gonna
Shout
let
out.
that go. Um,
that
but
was your phone voice.
oh no, don't.
Nice.
Said, bitch, don't give me with the phone voice. the way the camera held on her face after that, like
Fantastic. Just well done.
So yeah, film starts out in 1996 San Francisco with a young Sasha Tran making her dinner for herself alone because her Vietnamese immigrant parents are work late at their store, right? And then Marcus, the Korean boy from next door, comes to the door and invites her over for dinner. And we see that this is a common routine, and Sasha and Marcus are besties, right? And Marcus's mom, Judy, tells him to go get Sasha for dinner, and she teaches Sasha how to cook. So
it's nice.
I'm glad that she taught her how to cook, but also what she was doing on her own with the rice and spam, like she was okay.
She already
could have
had
been okay.
it showed you that she had like, because it wasn't just making it, like how she put it on the presentation.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, the
She
plating.
definitely had an interest in that.
Yeah,
So that's really cute.
Yeah,
that spark
good.
was there, and
Yeah,
like Judy helped like fan the flames.
of course.
Yeah, which is nice because her mom wasn't there to do it, so she had a surrogate, which is important to the movie. But yeah, and then we get a montage of the kids being best friends and hanging out and doing cute stuff across like 7 years, which ends sadly because Marcus's dad he finds them and says that Marcus's mom Judy died in an accident, which blows. But my favorite quote from this opening part was nobody wants to sit next to the kid with the thermos soup, only the other kids with the thermos soup. And I don't want to sit next to those losers.
Yo, that was perfect. And that kid was such a good like casting choice to be a young Randall Park because I could see it.
It made me feel like they coached him like real well. You gotta be smooth with it, but you gotta sound as awkward as you can, but serious about what you're saying.
Oh man.
But that's one of those things that we were talking about. Like, you don't have to be Asian to have it resonate. Like,
yes.
if you're from any sort of minority that has a very specific food and you're bringing that to school on a regular basis as opposed to being able to get whatever everyone else is getting, what that isolation feels like.
It's true.
So now they're teenagers and grieving, and one night they end up awkwardly having sex in Marcus's car. But soon after at Burger King, they get into a bad argument, and Sasha tries to say, Marcus, I know you're hurting, but I also lost her too. And he snaps back saying, it wasn't your mom, it was my mom.
He goes off.
And
Yeah.
that ruined everything.
It was
And, like,
horribly uncomfortable.
Also, like that, I don't know that was the exact moment to like question his choices with respect to going to college and stuff like that. You're already feeling mad awkward because you guys just had sex, and you also know that
she can't help herself though.
Ugh, I hated that. I hated
not
that
fully
part.
defending her. I'm just saying I understand, and I think you understand too, because we know this person. We know a couple of these people actually, but we know this person that it'll come out before they can really catch themselves. Then they got to go back and analyze. Was I the asshole? Like,
yeah, I know.
But yeah, so it was like.
I mean, I am that person at some occasions too. I'll own it, but that just was worse.
I wasn't talking about you,
timing.
but just...
no. I'm just saying. But I'm saying like I for as much as I hated it, I have to like I've been that person before because it just needs to be said in that moment, but it didn't need to be said in that moment.
True.
I got you.
I've felt that for sure.
They were like, "You're being really weird." I'm not being weird. You're being weird. see, what was that sigh? That was weird. That's just how I breathe. I'm a hard breather. He's like, yeah, I know that now. No, that wasn't. So that was supposed to be cute. That was supposed to be like because we had sex. I now know what you sound like. Oh, okay. I got it. Thank you, Marcus.
Like, bro,
look, it was your idea to go all the way. All right. Are you kidding me? You kissed me with tongue. You took off my underwear.
Just give them both shovels.
It's like both of their mouths are falling down the steps.
So bad.
And she goes, because I felt bad, you have to tell everyone at college that you're a virgin. And he's like, well, I was planning to do that.
But also, like, you're standing in line in front of, you're standing in front of the cash register at Burger King having this whole discourse.
Look, and then after she storms off, the dude behind the counter is like, hold on, I wrote it down. Welcome to Burger King, flame grilling since 1954. Could I interest you in a Whopper? You could get it to go if you want to eat it in your car and cry.
I would like you to see my note. Says BK guy offering to go to cry in the car. Hilarious.
And like the look on Randall's face with the camera, like they do that thing whenever they do a really awkward joke, or like or not awkward joke, but like the moment is awkward for that character. It just lingers.
Yes.
And he's like,
in a greatest way. Like we didn't even see, like it cuts to the next scene, but you just know he ordered something.
Yeah, he still
to
ordered
go to cry in his car.
Dang, like I'm mad to do to you. I wouldn't have said nothing. I'm like, hey man, you ready to order?
So you gonna get an order or get off the line?
So fast forward 16 years, and we see that Sasha is now a celebrity chef, and she's engaged to a celebrity restaurateur, Brandon Choi, played by Daniel Day Kim. And like they look great together in front of the camera, but alone, clearly there's like no connection.
No.
At least not anymore, right? And like Sasha doesn't seem too happy about it. She's like trying to talk to him, and he's just like,
oh, my favorite's like when she's like, I'm gonna put some music when they're in the car. And then the song that shows it, I'm like, this is great. This is perfect soundtrack.
So one day Sasha asked Brandon about some wedding ideas, right? And he hits her back with the, I'd like to go help set up a restaurant with some other celebrity in India for 6 months while you set up your restaurant in San Francisco. And then he puts a spin on it like they'd be apart but together because they'd be experiencing new things at the same time.
His manipulation.
Also, they'd be seeing other people.
So I wanted to just pivot real quick and say that I was so torn because the entire time that he was telling her this and I wanted to punch him, I also really wanted to know how I missed. Well, no, but I wanted to know how I missed out on the beige tracksuit from Adidas because I was so like, yo,
I missed that too.
Fire.
No, I was actually seeing that too. I was like, okay.
Like Obama suit tan?
Yeah, like how did I miss the beige taupe
It's clean.
tracksuit?
It's
I love
nice.
it. I need that in my life right now. So, but yeah, also he ain't shit.
Also, that.
Also,
Damn.
You look good, but you trash.
yeah. I mean, he is fine, but that's what I was thinking at the time. I was thinking, where'd you get that track?
Yeah.
Just the way he says it and everything. I was like, damn, we'd be
Just say you got a girl you trying to hook up with in another country, another state,
Mhm.
and you trying to
Still.
hit that and come back.
Area codes.
Gaslighting in its finest.
We cool, but hey, I'll be back.
I'd rather him lie to me. Damn, Karreem. Look. If Cerise was like, "Hey, there's this other dude I want to hook up with in India, eat, love, pray real quick, and come back," we not cool. Look,
At least not bringing it
and
up as casually as that.
Yeah, don't give it to me straight like that. Look,
Listen,
what,
but in that sense, I respect his gangster because he was like, I'm not about to lie and like hide and like know when I can post like, nah, this is what it is. I'm just gonna tell you because you're probably gonna take it anyways.
the way the movie plays out is like he starts the conversation and then it cuts to Ali Wong telling it to Victoria, and she's like, and we see all the people, and like Victoria's just staring at her like,
right.
What?
She's like, no, it's cool, it's totally cool.
What's wrong with you?
Which, because it's like, it wasn't that so he wants to see other people, whatever, that happens. But it was that he got her to be on board with it, and clearly she wasn't. And Victoria just staring at her soul like, all right, girl, I'm gonna go over
But
here
also,
while
like,
you.
it wasn't even that they're dating and he's like, let's take this long break. Like,
Well,
she's
is
picking out
engaged.
her bouquet
Oh yeah, they're engaged.
for
Right.
the wedding.
Yeah.
They are engaged and she is
There's a
in
date.
wedding planning. And
There's
she's
a
like,
date. He's like, let's push it back at first.
Let's
And then
push it back. Like, how do
Which
you go
had me
so
thinking,
far back?
how many times did he cheat?
The way he said it though was like it was almost spur of the moment. He was like, "Hey, you know what?"
I was just thinking about this a minute ago, and
Upsetting.
What did she say? She said, "Hey, what do you think about the flowers for the wedding, huh? I'll do for black flowers what I did for fish sauce ice cream."
Yes. I don't want to be a boring bride.
But all those little throwaway lines, like, nigga, what? Fish? And then I had to stop myself. I was like, is that a thing? Am I being...
Open your mind, bro.
Sorry. Fish sauce ice cream. Just put a pin in that.
Sounds disgusting.
No, it doesn't sound good.
Okay.
Nothing about
that
it.
is indeed a joke. It's not a thing.
Good.
Okay.
But she's an innovator. I get the idea.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to innovate too in India for 6 months. And you can innovate if you want to.
Transcendent.
So, yeah. And we see Marcus still living in San Francisco with his dad, and they work together at the family HVAC business. Then they get hired by Sasha's assistant, it's Victoria, right? To do an install for Veronica.
Veronica. I was like, I think it's Veronica.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep flip flopping. I'm apologize now. So yeah, Veronica hires them to do a AC install, and it's at Sasha's new San Francisco house that she's going to be staying at while she sets up the new San Francisco restaurant.
And I'm gonna just say this: she crazy paid to just have a house while she's setting up a new restaurant. Just
celebrity.
That's how they do it.
Crazy
celebrity chef.
Yeah, think about it. She's taking several months to set up this restaurant, and as soon as it starts, like they open it, as soon as it's open, she's going back to New York to set up another restaurant.
Is that how Ramsey do it?
I think so. Like,
bro,
they be having restaurants all over the place.
Even Marcus was questioning, like, if you're just renting, why aren't you?
He's like, why do you need a new AC for?
Yeah, he caught it right away. And and like she was like doubling down on the lie, and then his dad walks in and the conversation changes.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, then the dad comes in and is like, "Oh my God, Sasha, yada yada yada," and
I love his dad, by the way.
I think I got a quote from him too. That shit was funny. Sasha goes, "You have not changed one bit. How do you not age?" And he goes, "I wash my face with shampoo."
Just boom.
And then turned around and said, "You're like our Asian Oprah. How much money do you
How much
make?"
money do you have? And Marcus is like, he's not lying. He really wants to
he's not
know.
joking.
Like,
And he's just sitting there like, yeah.
And then he ends it with, invest your money in lettuce. Kale can't hold on forever.
Yeah,
And he's
Marcus's
so
dad
serious.
is a gem. He needs to be protected at all costs. I
Oh
like
my
him.
goodness. Just the shit. And like, that was like 3 things in like 20 seconds too.
It's a little rapid fire at times, and I'm not hating it.
Yep, I love it.
I need to look up his filmography or look him up to see if he's a comedian too, or like, did they write his lines or did they just let him go off?
I feel like
Oh.
I've seen him in something else, but
I've seen him
he's
before.
been in a few things, but he's usually strict parent.
That's what I
Like,
thought. That's what I thought. I've never seen him play funny before.
because even in the movie when they first introduced the parents at the dinner table, where he asked his dad for money, he gave strict face like, why?
Yeah.
You need, and then he
That was
said,
great.
okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Can I have money? Like, boy, what? And then it's like, oh, I want to hang out with Sasha, take her downtown. And he's like, oh, okay.
All right, okay.
But yeah, so after that, Sasha scolds Veronica for hiring them because she was like, you knew what you were doing. And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, well, she's like, it said Kim and Sons or whatever. And she was like, oh, I thought the sun was like, the sun in the sky.
sun,
She's
it
like,
was-
all right, get out my face.
She's so great. I love her. She's such a good actress.
She's a great best friend. She said, look, I know
Right?
you like this dude.
Oh shit, I missed my favorite part. I'm sorry. When Marcus came in and he's like, oh my God, Veronica, you got rid of all your piercings. And she's like, not all of them.
And then just stares.
I was like, yes, leave that city.
She just looks at him and it cuts to his face like as he realizes, and then it cuts back to her still staring at him.
Man, amazing. Amazing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that was my favorite line in the movie.
Not all of them. Smiles.
Not all of them. Just looks, just waiting for him to get it, and just watching him be uncomfortable.
Yes.
But yeah, so once the AC job was finished on their way out, Mr. Kim tells Marcus to invite Sasha to his band's gig the next night.
Mm-hmm.
In front of Sasha, by the way. So he knows that she knows because he's doing it for him, that parent thing.
Yeah.
And then sprinkles in a little, I'm surprised you two lost touch. You're always close. I thought you'd end up together.
Got him.
And then just walks out. And Sasha said that she might be busy, but later we see her looking up Hello Peril, which is the name of the band. Do you get it?
Yes.
Hello Peril, Yellow Peril.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
so I didn't get that.
Well done.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because as Asian centric as the movie is, like
Mhm.
he named the band Yellow Peril as a
Yeah,
Yeah.
I that one skipped right over my head. I did not
Mine
get
too.
that one. I like it.
You did have some drinks, you said, Kareem.
I'm trying to hold it together.
But yeah, she was looking up the band's info, and then we see Marcus Googling Sasha at the same time. So they thinking about each other.
Yep.
And then he pulled out a box from under his bed full of like trinkets from like their friendship. So
Not
clearly,
creepy at all.
hey man,
Yeah.
he's sentimental.
He's stuck.
Also, yeah, he's stuck. That's also he's stuck. His dad straight up says it.
Yeah.
But later on, we see Sasha making a fancy dinner for herself by herself, and it was shot the same way as the opening shot
Yeah.
of her making the
that was
spam
cute.
for herself.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
the callback of that. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Same.
And like I said, that scene mirrors the other one. Then she looks over and sees the Hello Peril flyer, and like she decides to go to the show. And then we get the show scene, and it opens up with the band backstage, and we get like a funny moment, like meeting the other members, right? And that's when we get I forgot his name. Was it Karen Sony? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And Cheryl Lee, and I think the dude Quasar, I think he's somebody. But that was a funny scene. And then when they're on the stage performing, we see that Sasha and Veronica are in the crowd, and like they're actually enjoying the show.
Because they're actually good.
And Veronica's like, I didn't know I could do squats.
She's like, you should stop, slow down.
She's like so pregnant.
She's so pregnant.
Like
she's
bring it down
that
a notch,
stage
ma'am.
where you're always holding your belly pregnant.
Yeah.
Like because you're literally holding your belly up to help you back a little bit. She's like, oh no, I can still squat. Girl, stop.
Yeah, I got crying.
And after Marcus invites Sasha out to eat with him, and Sasha says no, but then Marcus gets pounced on by his girlfriend Jenny. And Jenny is a free-spirited Asian woman with dreadlocks.
Oh my God.
Jenny.
It's a lot.
So Marcus introduces him and goes, or Jenny goes, oh, you have to let me cook for you tonight. And Marcus is like, well, Sasha has to get up early. And Sasha goes, well, not that early, because she's messy. She wanted to see this train wreck in motion. Also,
Jenny's hair.
so she could feel better about herself. Like, she's that type of person. Like she's not a bad person, but we all know those people just like, oh, tell me how shitty your situation
Messy.
It makes me feel
messy.
I know exactly who I'm thinking about.
Oh my God.
So then it cuts to Jenny placing a plate of spaghetti and Vienna sausages down in front of this, in front of Sasha, who is a celebrity chef. I think she said it was ketchup spaghetti, Vienna sausages with matcha sprinkled on it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Which is so upsetting because Filipinos have a spaghetti with hot dogs in it, and it's sweet spaghetti, so like
and it tastes good.
And it's amazing. Yeah. And I feel like that plate was just so disrespectful.
I've had that Jollibee spaghetti before. That drink was surprisingly good. And but it's not Vienna sausages.
No, it's hot dogs.
It's hot dogs.
Cheese, and there's no matcha powder, and it's just like, you were so close, but so wrong.
Yeah. But that's so funny because Jenny's like snuggling up on Randall and they're talking, and she feeds him. You see him eat one by himself, but then when Jenny like feeds him, the way he spits it back.
Well, no, even the one he put in his own mouth, he just did this casual like,
Yes, thank you. Because I wrote, he spit out the Vienna sausages.
Like he did it so casual. He just put his hand up in his mouth and was like.
The second time he went.
Yeah, the second time he just immediately.
So they find each other on Facebook, and Sasha invites Marcus to her cousin's son's birthday party.
Like, wow.
and Marcus's dad, who he's already there, right? I kind of missed the part, sorry. But yeah, so they get there and we're at the scene, and Marcus's dad is already there, and he's hitting on a Diana Ross impersonator that Sasha's dad hired because he was cheaper than Beyonce.
No, it was just like, your kid probably wanted a Beyonce impersonator, maybe at that age, but to go one step lower and be
it's hilarious to me.
Why not?
They don't explain it at all. Yeah, did the kid there was one,
right?
Also, did Liam want Beyonce impersonator?
He did.
You think he did? I think
he did.
I think Sasha's dad heard him listen to a Beyonce song once and was like, I thought this was a good idea. So he tried to find a Beyonce impersonator for the birthday party, but she's too expensive. So he settled for Diana Ross.
I think they were just overtly trying to be excellent godparents and in some sort of feeling bad about having to have worked so much during their own childhood. So they were just throwing whatever they could at the wall and seeing what sticks for the birthday party.
Oh yeah, because there was also a little petting zoo and shit too.
Yeah, it was so random. I don't think he wanted any of that. I think this was just them trying to make up for lost time with their own child.
She didn't say that specifically. She just hinted at it because she was like, dang, it's weird to see them go so gung ho for Liam.
No, she did, because she said, you know what I got for my birthday? Flip-flops.
But she didn't specifically say that they're making up for her. Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's what it
No.
was, right?
I mean, that's the way I
Yeah,
took it.
yeah, and
And I don't know that that's what it was, but I think that that's what we think it is because we're seeing
yeah,
it from
from her
her
point of
point of
view.
view.
Yeah.
And then what happens at the end, kind of like I think, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of is like a cosign
Yeah.
to it.
That's why I say from her
Yeah.
point of view because
But yeah, so I got to say this quote because this shit is funny.
oh, it's amazing. I'm ready.
So when are you going to find out the gender? I'm doing a non-gender binary situation, so just give me gray baby clothes. I wanted to make sure I said that to go back to the Whitney Houston episode we did.
Ooh.
I was weak when I
It's the
watched.
truth, though. They don't care. They don't care for the people who want to be non-binary. Here, you get to be a mauve factory worker. Like, what is this? It's just men's clothes in a weird color. You're
Tara didn't know
mean.
that Tim's non-binary, and he was explaining it, and he went on this funny rant about how there is no non-binary fashion. The closest thing is just gray. You just look like you're in some sort of gay military. So this shit was even funnier to me
It just
because
should be gray baby clothes. It's
they
true.
don't make no gray baby clothes. Yeah, I was crying. So yeah, but early on, Sasha takes a call from Brandon, her on-hold fiance, who is mentioning having breakfast with Padma Lakshmi. If y'all don't know, she is like the host of Top Chef, and I think she was a model.
Oh, okay. I figured she was somebody, but I had
Yeah.
not. I didn't know that much.
I did not know that.
I think she just after like 16 seasons or something crazy, she's just now stepping down as a host for Top Chef.
Oh.
But anyway, so he brought her up. He was like, I was having breakfast with Padma, and then like Sasha lost her shit and she goes off on him. And
rightfully
then,
so.
Because remember,
As
she
you
had
do.
already seen the Instagram.
yeah, she already
with
saw the
him
Instagram.
hugged up on her and
Yep.
like all these other pictures.
So she
with
was
her,
already
so.
hot and it was pent up. And then he brought her up and it just all came out. And she goes, I cannot believe I wasted my prime reproductive years on you. I hope you have terrible karma and come back in the next life as a nasty little lizard and get stepped on by someone on a hike. You're getting the finger so hard right now. I hope you get malaria, shit yourself to death, you shitty piece of shit. And then she like turns her head and realizes the window was open and the whole birthday party is standing there staring
on display.
8-year-old birthday party.
The 8-year-old birthday party. And like, remember I said there was a petting zoo or whatever?
Yes.
So like the dude is like, you're scaring the goats.
A little bit softer. You're scaring the goats.
I forgot when Marcus shows up with the present.
The red Legos.
Oh my god. She goes, oh, I didn't know what to get him, so I just got him Legos. And
Oh, what'd you
Veronica's
get?
like, oh, what'd you get him, Sasha? Kids love chocolate, all right? Masha green tea dark chocolate with French gray sea salt? And she's like, yes. Kids know that shit is delicious. And then Veronica turns to Marcus and she's like, what kind of Legos? And he goes, red.
Red.
I know deep down he probably meant he just got some kit. He wasn't really paying attention to what he got. But part of me really deeply hopes that he just got extra Legos. Like he went to the Lego store and
red Legos. Yep.
just shoved a bunch of red ones in a box. Like, I'll have these.
I'll just take these. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So after that, we get a quick funny scene with them out at a dim sum restaurant, and afterwards, they both go to send each other messages, but they change their mind. So like we see that pull starting to happen, but they're still hesitant.
Yeah.
I wrote down in my notes that one of my funny points was specifically when the lady moved the free shumai away from Sasha.
I was weak.
He made it a point point to learn Cantonese so that he could get better service
Yep.
and free food. And she got so hyped and she put her chopsticks in and the lady turned
She
around real
came
quick and was
back.
like,
It's like, no, no, you
She'd
don't.
already walked away, and she cut back and was like, "No,
No,
it
not for
no,
shouldn't."
you
you.
don't.
Because when he spoke up in Cantonese, the whole restaurant was
Yes,
like, "Hey, Marcus."
several aunties were like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then we see a real quick scene during a spa session. Marcus's dad even tells him that he likes Sasha more than Jenny. And he's like, Sasha, like, you know, everybody already knew that she was the one for you. So Marcus meets up with Sasha at the farmer's market, and Sasha tells him that she met a guy, and she's super excited because he's great, and they had some insane freaky ass sex, and she got a hickey from him and everything, and like
That hickey was nasty.
that shit was so funny.
He was like, you man, want to get that looked at.
Yeah, he was. It's just how he kept, like, his face was so.
No,
but
okay.
His face was also like, damn, like I was about to like bring up that maybe, you know.
Well, mind you, okay, pause, okay,
Okay.
because I don't like him at all in this movie, because mind you, he has a whole girlfriend
At this point,
yes, and you're trying to reconnect, quote unquote reconnect.
Hold up. I don't think he was about to ask her out. I think he was about to say, "My dad said this, ain't that funny?" and just see her reaction.
That's his low key way of testing the waters.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
While you have a girlfriend,
hold up.
If you go back to your old crush and you say, I feel like I still have feelings, and they say, I also still have feelings, let's talk about it. You are
Then you
allowed
break
to
up.
go to your current person and be like, hey, so listen.
Yeah. You don't break up off of a whim. You could just be infatuated. You could just have gas.
But I think it's different for
dirty
someone
to
that
me.
I feel like it's different for someone that you
I'm
have
not-
a past with
I'm saying
over
it's
some random person
yes.
you met at Kmart.
Yes. Yeah.
I-
It's
it's
I
still
get
dirty
that,
to
but
me.
if you're thinking about it, then you should be questioning where you
But-
are in your current
but he-
relationship,
okay.
so that you would
But
even
maybe he was.
allow yourself to
Maybe
think
he
about
was.
it. But
He-
then you
he's-
don't. Then you need
But
to
you're not
pause.
talking to your girlfriend about
Yeah,
that.
you
You're
need to
talking to the
communicate
person
that.
you're interested in first.
Not to be
Yeah.
too rude,
That's
but
where
have
the
we
wrong is
not to
coming
be
in.
too rude, but have y'all even thought about the person Jenny is?
Yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm about to say. His dad points it out. Tony points it out, and because he was like, why didn't you the other night? Why didn't
Why
you
did
come
you
eat
skip
dinner with
dinner?
us? And he's like, and he kept trying to change the subject, and then he was like, "Wait, what? I thought you were going to say something." He's like, "No, you forgot the lie, right?"
And he goes,
Like
yeah.
Tony was like bullshitting him because
Well,
I
no.
think.
See, okay,
Wait,
okay,
wait,
okay,
wait.
all right, okay.
I know y'all see. I know. I see Team Karreem already getting ready to get on me.
What is it, Team Karreem?
Y'all about to call.
There's right, then there's wrong.
I'm sorry, Kareem
There's-
the Kareem team. Whatever
First
y'all
of
call
all,
yourselves.
I forgot.
First of all, we are the Lola fanatics. First of all,
Okay. The Lola fanatics. I'm just saying, I see y'all getting ready to. I see y'all fixing your mouth to call me Drake right now.
No, but to respond to Tim's point, right? Like, irrespective of who it was that he was dating, whether it's Jenny or anybody else, the fact that he already looked visibly uncomfortable when she came at the end of the show, because at least the way it appears is because Sasha was there, and then clearly uncomfortable at the dinner afterwards, and like, don't have her as a backup. Don't have her as a security blanket just so you can test the waters with somebody else. Like, you needed to man up and say that, like, this isn't working, irrespective of whether
think about what you just said. Think about what you just said. What was the last thing you just said?
You need to man up and.
What is this movie about?
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
That's
okay.
That's what I'm.
No, and I still got issues with that.
No,
we gotta
you
talk
chill,
about
chill
that.
out,
We
chill
gotta
out.
talk about that later.
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay. I see where you're
My
going.
point is, it's a part of his character right now. He doesn't even. He's not thinking about it. This is the first time he's even thinking about it. His dad don't like Jenny. His friends don't like Jenny.
He don't like Jenny.
He don't like Jenny, but he doesn't even realize he doesn't like Jenny because he doesn't move. He's always in one spot. He doesn't even think about changing anything. And it's not till Sasha comes along that he's like, wait, and he's starting to process it, but he's also an idiot. So like
Yeah.
he's still, I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just saying for his character, his brain ain't caught up yet.
Yeah,
So
no. For where he was in that moment, I get it.
I don't think he was about to ask Sasha out. I think he was about to say, hey, my dad said this. Ain't this crazy?
I don't think so, though. That I disagree with. I think the way his face was fixed when she said what she said, I think he let his father get to him, and he was about to say, "Hey, like maybe we should give this another try." That's the way it came across. To me.
I do think he was also going to try to step through and be like, "Hey, I realize I miss you." I also think she would have been like, "That's too bad you have a girlfriend."
Yeah. No, she totally would have. But that's what I'm saying. I'm that he's.
Kareem hate this dude as well.
I don't like him, and how he was in this moment was not, hey, my dad said something. It's like, hey, I want to test this theory.
I mean, but even then, I'm not saying he's in the right. I'm just saying at that moment he's still trying to figure it out. So he was going to throw something out just to see if there's anything. And I'm not saying immediately he was going to like take it back to the house right then and mess it up. Maybe if he saw that, oh, maybe there is something, then I should think about reconsider Jenny.
No, but like, you just debunk that with your own theory as to where he was.
But I'm just saying he doesn't. This is him getting there. He hasn't gotten there yet to be like, oh, like he's not trying to mess around behind Jenny's back. He's just like, man, this is crazy. Unless
no, it's not messing around. He would have totally dropped Jenny for what's the face?
Sasha.
But he doesn't even realize that Jenny's a problem until now, and he's like, wait.
No, because at this point to him, it's not so much Jenny is an issue. It's I want this instead of that.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know if he wants this instead of that.
Oh, he knows.
He doesn't know because that's right before.
Came back, all the feelings flooded back.
Right before. I mean, it's coming. It's a process. That's why he still never sent that text message. And she did the same thing. She didn't send a text message because he's still like, nah. He's.
I say on a level from 0 to Scott Pilgrim, he is like at a 5. He could have made this decision a little bit more clearly, and he could have said something to Jenny.
He's an idiot.
I'll give it that. I'll give it that. He ain't full Scott Pilgrim. He not.
Okay. And we about to get on Jenny here in a second.
Oh no, Jenny's a full on horrible person. She's a.
This shit is funny. Well, we're not quite there yet.
She lost me. She lost me with the hair.
No, as soon as she walked up with dreads, I was like,
Like, what is that?
Hold on, I got a quote for that too.
No expectations for her at all whatsoever. So everything that she did afterwards, that we're about to get into, like tracks 100%.
Yeah, I was like, all of this is completely on board with what I expected, just because of walking up with the dreadlocks.
Yep.
And I don't even want to hear her reasons for why it's okay, because it'll be like an endless stream of stuff I don't want to hear.
It's gonna be garbage.
Well, you see the Mongolians.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I had it.
You lost yours. You looking for a quote?
Yeah.
The text that they sent to each other?
No. When they were walking and then they were talking about Jenny, I think that part already happened. Where she was like, how does one cultivate dreadlocks on an Asian head? Or something like that. And he's like, I don't know, but I think crocheting's involved.
Oh, God.
And then it's followed up with him sending her the YouTube link.
Oh, yeah.
About
she's like, thanks, I was staying up all night thinking about this.
Yes, that was amazing. How does an Asian person even cultivate dreadlocks on their head? I don't know, but a crocheting tool is involved. Oh, does the carpet match the drapes? No, it's just a huge bush. I kind of love it though. She says bottomless. It's like a sexy Asian Winnie the Pooh.
Good God.
I was weak. Just roasted the fuck out.
God damn it.
You could argue. I can't defend this part. Like, oh, I mean, yeah, he's making fun of his girlfriend to another girl, but also he thought the same thing. He was like, "Damn, what's on your head, man?"
God.
I'm mad he went out and found a YouTube video. So yeah, so he agrees to the double date. I don't know if I said that yet. Jenny said we should go on a double, or Jesus, Sasha said we should go on a double date. You and Jenny and me and my new man. And then fast forward to the double date.
Oh my lord.
Sasha's new man is Keanu Reeves.
This was genius in the movie. Just letting Keanu Reeves be Keanu Reeves.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Oh my
that's the thing.
gosh.
That's not Keanu Reeves. So here's the thing. She always wanted this character to be him
Okay.
because she knew it had to be because they got Daniel Day Kim, right? And it had to be somebody that could top Daniel Day Kim, but
Sure.
she wanted to make sure that he was Asian. And like that was always her number one choice. And she remembers like everybody didn't know, but Asian people knew Keanu was Asian
Yes.
back at Speed. And it was a huge deal for them. So she always kind of had him in the back of her mind, like that crush. And then he said, yeah, he'll do it. And it was like, yeah, this, it's happening, right? But Keanu's playing Keanu, but he's playing a parody of him because
Yeah, he
the
has
real
to because
Keanu is notoriously like nice.
humble.
Like he's
Yeah.
such a kind dude. Like, oh hey, you said hi to him in the airport and they delayed the flight. And he's like, well, I'm just gonna get a private jet and like get y'all home. Like he's that guy. So him getting to play himself, like I don't know I guess it was Allie's decision, but it was like, okay, I'm gonna be an asshole though, but like
It was encapsulated just with the slow motion entrance. The slow motion entrance and the like blowing a kiss. And like,
Oh my god! Look, stopping at the other table to greet the other people, the randoms.
Keanu's the person that
I didn't
like,
catch that
rides
the first
subway
time.
train like with a baseball cap
Yeah.
and like chill, like so like everyday person. So for him to come in and be so the glasses with no actual
No.
lenses.
It's for a role.
They don't even have lenses. It's just like
I thought this was genius because he's the kindest person ever, right? But then he plays himself as a complete asshole, but not even a complete asshole. Like he wasn't like he was.
Like
I want to say
kind asshole.
I want to say because you know how I don't know if you've ever seen that thing where it's like East Coasters are kind but they're not nice, and West Coasters are nice but they're not kind.
Yes.
Like I feel like he met this person before in just acting and whatever, and he's playing that I don't know who it is, but he's playing this actor that's just like so full of himself and a complete douchebag when he's not that person, but that's who the character needed to be. And
it was so great.
The fact that they just kept him as Keanu, even though he's not actually the nice guy, he's just this douchebag. And then they're in this damn restaurant where this high-end.
Oh my god, it made me so angry. I was so angry watching the meals come out.
Oh, meal, I was weak.
Dude said yes. Oh no, he's like, do you have? First of all, they didn't have any menus. The waiter comes out and Keanu's like, do you have anything that represents time? And he was like, yeah, we have this thing that's like you can eat the venison while you listen to a recording of it, so it represents the life cycle of life and death.
Like on top of that, the style that it was cooked in is a slow cooking style. It's just like just everything was like another stack of different time things. I was like, in theory, it sounds. Why would I listen to it?
Listening to your meal while it was alive is so crazy to me.
I don't know who thought of that, but that shit was funny. And then when we see them eating it, Sasha just eating it, she going in, and Keanu's like savoring it. He's listening. He goes to take the sip of the wine. He just busts out crying.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. They go back to eating.
But
meanwhile, Jenny can't move. Jenny is like trapped. She's just sitting completely still.
Oh shit! Hold on. The Jenny quote. Oh my god. Before Keanu walks in, Randall's like, I thought this was an expensive restaurant. I wore my tux. And
Right.
where is it? Hold on, I gotta find it. Of course, now I find the dreadlocks quote.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this was a high-end restaurant. Why am I the only person wearing a tux? Oh, sorry. I should have told you. Rich people are done with fancy clothes. Now it's all about $1,000 t-shirts that look like they stolen off of the homeless. Jenny's dressed perfect. And Jenny's like,
Thank
oh.
you.
So thanks. When she's like tearing up when he comes in, and she's like, "Now I know what it means to be starstruck." Yo, that was when we knew we lost her. We lost
The whole
Jenny.
time. And like afterwards, that's when, well, first he calls him Henry. He's like, my name's Marcus. But then
Oof.
like when he starts digging into freaking Randall, and like Jenny don't care. Jenny's just staring at Keanu the whole fucking time.
Because she's in love.
Oh, Jenny was like, remember when the guy's like, "Oh, and everything here is edible," and then Marcus is like,
It's like the napkins.
napkins?
No, not the napkins.
Don't eat the
Don't eat
napkin,
the napkins,
Marcus.
Marcus.
Like, she was like mad with it. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
I did feel like Marcus in that whole scene. I felt like Marcus this upset.
Honestly, I would have asked about the napkins too if I was in his position. Everything on the table is edible. Oh, the napkins? No. What? But immediately Sasha and Keanu go for the what's the thing in the middle?
The centerpiece. Yeah.
Centerpiece. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Sorry. But I'd be out of place. But also, I kind of want to try one of these just to. It's an experience. I mean, I don't got $6,500.
They're happening in DC all the time.
So I did something not like this, but kind of like
do tell.
So one of the things that I did for when I turned 30 was go to, it was called Dining in the Dark. And
you went to that?
I did a Dining in the Dark experience, and a Dining in the Dark experience, you only pick the color menu that you're going to have. So red menu represented meat, blue represented seafood, green was vegetarian, and the white menu was chef's choice. And then everything is in the dark. Everyone that works there is like visually impaired or like legally visually impaired or blind. And it takes away sight as your sense. So you don't see what you're eating.
Oh.
You don't find out what you ate.
You say everyone who worked, they're blind though.
Everyone that worked, like as far as like the waitresses and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like they lead you into like a room that's like behind a couple of curtains so that there's no light going in. And then they're just explaining like, this is what it's like for us on an everyday basis. We know how much water to pour because we can hear it and stuff. But they give you like an appetizer, a meal, and the dessert. And then at the end, you go out and then they've got like the red, blue, yellow with like pictures of like what the meal actually was. So you didn't see it. You just got to taste it, smell it, enhance all the other senses. So when I was watching, I was so thankful that I did what I did and not that. Because when they showed the meal that was like monochrome black or whatever, I was so disgusted by whatever was on that plate, and like the clear asparagus soup or something, which was like just water. I was so mad.
Taste
and all I could think about was like,
taste
what
of
if,
Caesar salad.
Dear Lord.
Taste of Caesar salad. And like, what if that's the kind of stuff that they had tried to serve me at this Dining in the Dark experience? I would have flipped the whole table over. Like
no, let's go.
I know a lot of like chefs here in Wilmington, and none of them do any weird stuff like that, but they always joke and like just bust on like places that try to do stuff like that. So it's like just funny listening to like people whose like whole life is like cooking, just being like, yeah, this is a veal cutlet. I've ground it down into just the
deconstructed.
Fat. And I cooked
deconstructed.
each thing on a separate style of heat, and I'm like, oh my god. He goes, yeah, they just stuff like that, dude. I'm like, no, please never.
No. Yeah, deconstructed them lavender bubbles, and she was like, "It tastes like I'm eating clouds." Because you are, you're eating it. You're eating.
I like that none of the bubbles landed near Marcus.
No, it just all shot across.
All right, cool.
And for dessert. But yeah, after the food, Keanu starts digging into Marcus. I forgot what he says, but something about like about your band. And of all the quotes I didn't write down, I didn't write this one. But when he gets on him about, he's like, "That's what it's all about."
Oh yeah.
Like whatever he says was really fucked up. And then after like Keanu like goes away to pay the check on the low, immediately Sasha's like, "Hey, don't take that too seriously. You know, it's actually a compliment." Uh, come on, man. You know damn well that was rude shit. That was
That's
really
not funny
rude.
stuff. This guy's purposely on his ass.
Which is why I loved
Mhm.
when he was like, "Oh, I need to stretch my legs," and then he comes back and he's like, "I took care of the bill." He's like, "You didn't even let me fight for it," and then he goes, "It was 6,400. It was covered by a residual of what am I from the first
The speed
scene."
check, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
sorry,
it's a
that was a
little bit out.
charade.
Yeah, it's a little bit outside of your reach, but it's okay.
Oh man! So afterwards, he was like, "Let's go back to my hotel for a nightcap." So they do, and when they get the drinks, Keanu's like, "Let's play a game I learned about called Icebreaker." And,
The director of John Wick, like.
jeez,
When I was on the set for John Wick, the director, everything is
but like
douchey.
that's how
Yeah, it was
actors
so
talk.
great.
That's how actors talk. That's why I was like, I feel like Keanu met this guy, or maybe it's just an amalgam because he's been in the industry
Yes,
so long.
that
Yeah,
sounds
I
likely.
believed it 100% that this person exists, just that it wasn't him.
Yeah,
But yeah, so they're playing Icebreaker or whatever, and like it's like Truth or Dare, right? Essentially, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not like Never Have I Ever. No,
something.
no, it is more like True. It's like a mix of the
It's like a
two.
mix of the two.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fair.
So it was like one was like, "Who's your childhood crush?" And Keanu goes, "Mine was Mother Teresa," and and Jenny's ass was like, "Mine was Martin Luther King Jr."
And
What?
the air tears.
Just oh god.
The eye roll that Marcus gives when he says Mother Teresa, because in what world is Mother Teresa
Yeah,
ever anything remotely close to a crush or a
like don't
romantic,
even
sexual, like.
just ridiculous on
Look,
its
man.
face.
But I actually felt bad for Marcus at this point because think about it, all night long he's just been getting shat on, right?
Mhm.
his girl, his wannabe girl, that's her man. His actual girl is clearly infatuated with him, and then he
Mhm.
just shitting on you the whole time.
Now
Yep.
that brings the question. You know how everybody has that well, not everybody, but a lot of people talk about that celebrity list who you're allowed to
Nah,
cheat
we don't
with.
do
Mhm.
that shit.
Hall pass.
The hall pass list.
We ain't never had that conversation. I, I don't know about it. What you talking about?
Yo,
Look, I don't even think she know my celebrity crushes.
Look.
She don't even listen to this podcast like that, so she ain't not going. She never gonna know. So she been on this podcast. Don't listen to it. She not gonna know.
I said
Look,
no,
look.
no.
Everything I do is strategic. I've never mentioned it because I don't want to be watching some movie and her be like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because she do it too. She be like, look at your girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Of course, you like this movie.
oh,
Dag.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I derailed the whole conversation. What were you gonna say?
I don't even know anymore. It's over. It's done.
Okay. Anyway,
It's a whole no. Tim
so
Brown's a whole no.
Keanu was an asshole, and eventually the dare part came, and he dared he's like, strike me.
what does that even mean?
First, he broke the vase
vase.
over his head.
Yeah,
And then he was
Oh my
like, come on,
God.
strike me. And he's like, what does that even mean? He was like, hit me. Just so he does, and he was like, I feel so alive. You want to do that? Do it again.
He tried to punk him. He was like, I don't shy away from violence.
Yeah, he
I don't shy
says,
away.
I forgot what. Dang, no, they played a. I think this is before he started punching them. They said, who would you want to die in this room or something? And
Who would you
Marcus
kill?
goes.
Yeah.
oh right. Yeah,
Everybody said Marcus well, not everybody, Sasha didn't, but
Mm.
Keanu and Jenny said Marcus, and even Jenny was like, well,
Jenny
you
was
know,
rude about it.
she said their
What have you
cultural
contributed?
impact was greater than yours, so I had to pick you, Marcus.
I wouldn't
What
want
have
the
you brought to
world.
the
I wouldn't want the
world?
world.
What?
Yeah, it's like, what in the hell?
Your carbon footprint is the largest out of all of us.
It's like
And then
you're
What
Marcus
have
the
is
you
like,
done
you're
for
my
me
girlfriend. At
lately?
least lie about it for a
right?
minute.
Then Marcus is like, he's like, I would kill Keanu. And then everyone's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Kill.
He's like, yeah, let that anger out, buddy. Dare me. And he's like, I dare you to break that vase over your head. And he does it. He's like, strike me. Come on, strike. Do it again. So he hits him, and then Keanu tells him, do it again. And when he charges him the second time, then Keanu puts him in a headlock. He's like, I learned this on Sean Wick. And that's when Sasha was like, all right, too much, because she saw like Randall about to die.
Yeah.
So
gotten out of hand.
Whole thing broken up.
Not your girlfriend.
Yeah. And I guess in the moment she's dumping Keanu, or Keanu's dumping, I don't know. They're not together anymore. But then Jenny's like, actually I'm gonna stay. Cause so I could talk to Keanu about the community center.
I'm not gonna lose out on my chance to talk to Keanu about the community.
And the way
Like,
she's
really?
saying it, and look at it, I was like, no, you're gonna try to hook up.
My favorite line from this part was when they were like talking about it and how she trying to like bullshit about why she needs to stay. And she goes, look at everything Leonardo DiCaprio has done for climate change.
What has
And
he
Mark is
done?
like, what has he done? And she's like, he's working on it.
He's like, oh, you have to know somebody influential in order to get change.
Yep. Oh my god, this bitch. Jenny.
Just the worst.
Oh, Jenny.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. You can't change the world without influential people.
Like, bro, I don't know about that.
So that was amazing. But after they left, Sasha and Marcus got into a fight in the Uber, right?
Yeah.
And Marcus says Sasha lies to herself. You have all those accolades and idiot boyfriends won't make her any less miserable. And Sasha hits back with, well, what about you? You're stuck at home with your dad in that car.
You don't like the car.
I forgot to
Smells
mention.
like Parmesan.
That's because there's Parmesan in the glove box.
In the glove compartment.
I forgot to mention there's a scene where he's driving her home and like she turns around, looks at the back seat, and he sees her and he's like, what you looking at the back seat for?
Because that's where we had sex.
And you know she was.
Yeah. That's
You know,
exactly
but her
what she
comeback was so great. And she was like, it is smaller and more disgusting than I remembered.
And he's like, we're still about the back seat, right?
They really started to just open up to each other, and it was obvious what was going to happen. They were dumb to think it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
because
the Uber part had me cracking up because Keanu offered
yes,
to get them an Uber home after the whole fight.
So yeah, they had this fight, or in the Uber they're fighting, and then they start making out, and then it zooms out to the front of the Uber, and you see the driver like driving there awkwardly.
It's an Uber,
and then
fool.
It keeps zooming out, and there's another passenger in the front seat.
Keanu got him an Uber pool.
He paid $6,400 for dinner, and then got them an Uber pool. Like
bro.
So after they get home, they have sex, they knock boots, and after they're done, they bring up how awkward it was that Keanu got them the Uber pool, and Marcus is like, oh, he definitely got us the most awkward option on purpose.
Oh yes,
absolutely, 1,000%.
He's just being a dick.
Like, bro, what the hell? Funny. What the actual hell?
Just the look on the driver's face.
So uncomfortable. He was so uncomfortable.
Oh man. Yeah, so now they're together, and like we get some cute bits of them dating around town and like at his band shows and whatnot.
When she's like, oh, you want to hit that? I will ruin you.
I'll
find your address.
I'm like, ma'am.
She in the crowd flashing them and stuff.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that little like, okay, she's a little crazy. All right, this works.
I wrote a song about hanging out with a girl one time. It was not about us being together. It is I don't know, Tifron. I don't know if you guys have heard about stuff. Tifron, the song Walk.
Mhm.
It's just about a time I got to hang out with a girl and it was nice. It was not about dating. It was not about us being a couple. I played the song live one time and she knew that it was about the day we hung out. We're in the middle of the song and I hear her go, "Oh yeah, bitch, this song's about me." And I was like,
Oh.
what?
Oh. Oh.
I was like, in this moment of the movie, I was like, that's real and correct.
That's funny.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Later on, I was like, what was happening? She's like, oh, I love this song. He has such a good voice. And I was like, oh, bitch, this song's about me. And I was like, ugh. She was one of my friend's acquaintances. And I was just like, well, damn, just not gonna have a good time with people. What the fuck? I didn't do nothing. I used to try to flirt with girls, and then it didn't work. And all I had to do was just
Write a song.
just do none of this stuff.
Yep.
I was doing it wrong. Don't be interested. That's the key. How everybody out there in radio land, have no interest in a person. You will never get them to leave you alone.
He's not wrong.
Obama has entered the chat.
Want some ice cream? You want some ice cream? I don't like ice cream myself, but my friend Joe loves it. And my wife, Michelle.
Shout out Southside With You episode.
I have two daughters. You wouldn't know by the way that I always say Sasha Malia. Sounds like one girl.
Sasha, Malia, and Mo.
Sasha Malia. That's what I actually call one of my nieces that because she looks so much like those girls.
That's so funny.
She's like, stop calling me Sasha Malia. Like it's hilarious.
Sasha Malia. But yeah, so that doesn't last too long though. Them being happy and dating.
Oh yeah.
Because Marcus finds out while they're visiting Veronica in the hospital because she had the baby that Sasha plans on going back to New York after the San Francisco restaurant gets rolling. And to make things worse, he went with her to a red carpet event later on, and in front of the press, Sasha shouts out Marcus as her new boyfriend, who is just a regular
guy.
And she meant it as a compliment, but he took it as an insult. Like, because
how did it sound to y'all when she said it?
I knew exactly how it was because we've seen her date two celebrity douchebags.
Yeah.
And now she's dating not that, and she's happy.
Which he should have known.
I took it as him saying something nice, but him being super self-conscious in the moment because he was in an oversized jacket that didn't belong to him, holding her purse on the side.
And this
worried
happens
about her moving away
3 times in the movie where he's just he's embarrassed for the whole night, and it just keeps kind of getting worse. So this one starts out bad because he this is the one he has the oversized jacket. Andre the Giant.
The owner died. Oh yeah, the owner Andre the Giant. He was a large gentleman. He was
So he was already he already had the she's going back to New York thing. So he already starts to spiral there. Now he's embarrassed because he got this big thing on and he's in front of the press, which he's not really used to, but he's there for her. And then she calls him a regular guy. So he's already in a bad space. And then he gets insecure and yeah. Does that answer your question, Kareem?
It does.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, but it does.
Yeah, it's on him. It's on him. Because she meant it in a positive way. And if you weren't him, like how we were able to see that it was supposed to be a compliment, he didn't take it that way because he was already in a bad space.
Yeah, he's not doing too hot.
So then he starts to act the ass. Yeah. So feeling extra salty and insecure, he starts shit with Sasha at the house. And it was before another event. I think this was the opening of the restaurant. and like they get into it, and like he gets at her about her non-authentic food, mind you, before the opening of her restaurant.
Yeah.
She's a celebrity chef, and you're critiquing her food.
Mm-hmm.
He went straight for the throat, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
He
Yeah.
was a little rough with that. Like,
Because she's a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. I mean, he is. His mom died when he was 18, and he stopped growing there.
Yeah.
And the dad, eventually we get to the dad basically saying that, right? So he talks bad about her food and not liking his band, which is wild to me. And then she tells him that she does like the band. She just hates that he's too afraid to go bigger with it. In
Mhm.
fact, he has drama with the other band members because he just wants to keep playing the same venue.
yeah.
And he's like, they don't know what's on the other side of town. And like,
Because we don't play there.
And I don't think this was you, Tim. I think this was actually, what's his name, Michael Kill. I think I heard him talk about how you have to play outside of your locale.
Absolutely.
Because people won't hear about you if you don't. And two, the people there gonna get tired of you.
Yes.
Especially
There's
if you're playing the
nothing
same
more
song.
impressive to the people where you live than finding out that you played far away.
Yeah. That's what you say it like that.
I can see that.
They'd be like, you played in New York? Like, yeah, at a closet. But
you played in New York.
yeah.
You doing things. It's at least like, you're making moves. But yeah, so she says, well, look, I'm gonna leave your ass home. I gotta go. But he runs out to the balcony and he goes to apologize, and she's about to get into her car. And she goes, I love you, Marcus. I've loved you since we were kids, and I don't need you in my life, but I need you to understand that this is my life. I want to be with you. I want to come home with you, even if you're being an asshole. After the opening, I'm going to New York, and if you don't want to come with me, then just say it. And this motherfucker
like,
says it.
I don't want to go.
He says, I don't want to go to New York.
They
And she
broke
goes,
so many tropes here.
right? Because this was the moment where he's like, no, I'm going to be with you. And he's like, no, I don't want to go. She goes, you're such a fucking coward. Mind you, at this point, there's only 20 minutes left of the movie, so
Yeah.
it has to happen anyway. But I'm glad that it didn't happen. They had to fake out. Like, oh, you're such a fucking coward. But that shit is real, though. She's like, she tells him, look, even when you're being an asshole, I still want you to be the one in my house when I come home.
And that's rare, because if you are a hoe, I don't want to deal with you. I'm good. I'm good.
You deal with me, Karreem.
We live in different states.
When you know someone and you're like, listen, your good outweighs your bad. So even when you're in your bad, like I'd still rather that.
Hey man, that's what long-term relationships is. Like, I
We
gotta
li- we-
always
we-
like you, but I gotta like you most of the time.
We live in different states, and I can block you.
God damn. Anyway. So Marcus goes home and walks in on his dad making out with the Diana Ross impersonator from Sasha's little cousin's birthday party.
Dad got game. I don't care.
Straight up, I love how he straight up says, Donna Summer?
Yo, that took me out.
Hey, Dad, I got us some Panera Bread. Dad? Marcus. Donna Summer? Diana Ross. Kathy. Dad! Marcus. Okay, now that we've all met, who wants some dinner?
Oh, good.
Dad is so smooth.
But even at the party, he just walked up to her and was like, hi, my name is Harry. Like,
He knew what he won't. He knew what he won't.
look, we're about to get to it like right now, but he goes, I didn't write this down, but I think when he's talking to Randall about her, he's like, I love Diana Ross.
just out with it.
So funny. I love Diana Ross. So they talk, and while he's getting dinner ready, he's making the same soup from the beginning of the movie. They keep coming back to the soup. I don't know what that soup is. I'm sorry.
Kimchi jjigae.
Thank you. I knew one of y'all would.
Mm-hmm.
But while they're doing that, Marcus says he didn't go with Sasha because of the business and the band.
And that his dad needs him.
Or he's like, I'm your caregiver. And the dad snaps back and he's like, caregiver, you think I can't stick a needle in my ass? And he tells
It's important to say that because we saw at one point where he's giving him the shot in his arm before, so.
I feel like that's more of a bonding ritual, like a caring for a person.
I'm here, I'm gonna do it
less
for
than
you.
I can do it I can or can't do it.
She's
I think the dad was letting him do it because the dad
yeah.
knew that he needed
He
to
needed
feel
the
needed.
Yeah.
yeah.
He ain't have nothing.
Yeah, so they probably came up with a whole bunch of these like things that they did together to fill that void
I mean, like
or to
like
stay connected after the mom
the
left.
massage. That was a indicator.
that,
Yeah.
that they were
It's,
buddy buddies.
it's like, wow,
Uh,
man, your band sucks. I should let you stab me with a needle.
Jeez. But
But
yeah,
he tells him like, "Yeah, I don't need you."
yeah, he's like, look, I thought that if I gave you enough space, eventually you'd let mom go, but you never did, and then you just stood there watching the world go by. And like going back to what I said earlier, he's perpetually 18. Like he didn't have to grow up past that in several different ways, including emotionally. And then that's why you end up with the girl like Jenny, because
Why? Why? I need to hear this because I'm still confused as to why Jenny.
because he's like
Because that hair,
emotionally
that
18.
hair.
So he's just happy someone's like with him, right?
Word.
Low
And like
effort
and
girlfriend.
yeah, basically. Like I don't know if that's a trademark phrase, but that's exactly what it low effort girlfriend. He doesn't have to change or step up in any way to be with her. And she has dreadlocks as an Asian woman.
She's
So
like, you have problems and I'm problematic.
her
Let's go
decisions are
habitate.
already questionable.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit is real when you said that, you just stood there and watching the world go by. I believe women say now you are emotionally unintelligent. Is that the right, Lola?
I mean,
aren't people
I don't know
calling
that I would say
guys
unintelligent. I would say
spicy?
stunted.
That's probably more so what Marcus is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's stunted. I mean, your growth was stunted. So I think if I was dealing with someone like that, that's what I would be telling them. Like you're emotionally stunted.
And honestly, like this moment got me because I've done something similar where I wanted to go to film school after college or after high school, and the
Hmm.
film school I wanted to go to was in New York. I can't remember exactly the name. It was New York Film,
New
something
York
like that,
Academy of yeah, Film
something like
Academy.
that, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I was too afraid to leave my mom by herself.
Mm.
So like I changed my what I wanted to do. I was like, I'll figure something else out. Let's go to TCC for now, whatever. But I was too afraid to leave my mom. When really, yes, that matters to me, but also I was afraid to be on my own too. Like I was afraid to
Mm-hmm.
leave my room. Like all I do is I play World of Warcraft at
Mm-hmm.
this point in my life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid to not do that.
Yeah, that's
Like I
understandable.
I wasn't even really going outside for real. Like I would wake up and I'd play the game.
Well, I mean, one, I mean, it's no big deal. There's a whole world. It's right in the name.
Yeah, why I need to go
You
outside
can,
for? I got one right here,
yeah,
right?
just go up. You can go out into like a different locality and make your avatar touch grass. It works.
So back to this. Then we see Marcus get his life together, right? And he he leaves a voicemail for Sasha saying he moved out, the band is trying new things now, and he hopes to see her soon. And his apartment is near Sasha's new San Francisco restaurant, and he swings by hoping she's there, but Veronica was not her. And when he gets up to the office, he sees a bunch of the Hello Peril band merch just
Bro.
sitting there, and he's taken aback. And then Veronica comes in, and he's like, "What's up with this?" And she tells him that Sasha's been ordering all this stuff for the band under a fake name, and she was just having it sent there. I mean, it makes sense because if it was going to New York, he don't play in New York. So anyway, so yeah, she was ordering all this shit. So he thought like he was killing it with the band merch thing, when really it's just her being nice in the background.
Well, because that was the thing, right? He was like, oh, we took because you mentioned the guy in the beginning, and he was like so excited that he took over merch, and then they had only sold like 7 shirts.
Oh yeah,
So
Quasar.
yeah, Quasar. So he was like, yo, I actually put it up online, and we've been like killing the game. And then lo and behold, that you really haven't.
Yeah, but she was just trying to give you some.
Like
Well, it
motivation.
was some motivation, but also breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she was ordering it under the name of D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, they were listening to D'Angelo before they had sex the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he goes, I thought she never wanted to talk to me again. Why would she do this? And Veronica's like, wow, you cute, but you dumb.
Yeah.
And then she just walks out.
And then he gets like his little like bold moment of like confidence when he walks into the Tom Ford.
This shit was so funny.
Lord.
He storms into the Tom Ford I was about to say restaurant.
I was gonna say dealership. So
he storms into the Tom Ford Masonic Temple, and he's like, what is he tells the dude to shut up and get out of his face and get him a suit or something like that.
My friend told me about this. Maybe you heard of him,
Keanu Reeves.
And he was like, yes, sir. He goes, shut up. And then he's like, give me my suit. And he's like, would you like some
champagne, sir?
Like,
Hell no. Yeah, pour that shit. And then, like, because it was going so, it was boom, 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 boom. And then he was like, let me take off the price tag. And he sees that shit say $12,500. He spits out all the champagne. Get it off of me. Get it off. It's burning.
It burns.
And then it cuts to him in the suits and stuff. I don't even know if that's a real story, but that shit was funny.
I feel like there's a New York Suits and stuff, but I don't know if they're related.
Oh my God.
I never heard of it, but I know that the fact that he not only knew what came with the suit, but knew the price down to the penny. Like,
he's like, this comes with 2 pants and a belt
for $128.31.
And the dude goes, that is a very versatile ensemble. It's great for court dates, entry-level job interviews, high school reunions where, like, you don't want them to know how successful you are. And Randall's there like,
sign me up.
That was sweet.
Oh God, that was great.
And so now in New York, Sasha arrives at Vanity Fair Food and Wine Festival event, and she's supposed to receive like an award or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when stopped by the press asking her about her date tonight, she introduces her parents, who had surprised her by flying to New York and not telling her. And they're like, yeah, we even tipped at everything, and then we even went to your restaurant, and we didn't tell them that we knew you, and we bought extra shrimp.
which is a big deal for
all
her
this was
parents.
a cute way of them showing like, look, we're
We
trying.
support you. Yeah.
The receipt cracked me up.
And then Marcus pops out from behind the photographers and like he gives his please take me back proposal, right?
I hated that speech, just so you know.
You did. I mean, I get it.
I hated the location of the speech
because it was being recorded.
I feel like if this was a one-on-one moment between the two of them, I'd have felt a bit differently about it. But it was like in front of a crowd of people you knew not to go certain places you went.
And that's exactly my thing. It felt corny because like it dumbed him down too much.
Yes.
I think, but him knowing that she still liked him, I think made him, made it a little better. Because at least he knew where the bumpers were. He knew that she wasn't about to like embarrass him, or not embarrass him, but like be like, "Nah, get out my face." Like, ooh, you smell like French fries or something, right? You know?
Wow. I know. I just didn't like how they made him dumb. Because like I get it, you're in the moment and you're just saying what you're saying and you're not like thinking about it, but like you're nervous. Also you since you know what not to say. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be quiet right now.
It was like he started and then he just kept going, and then he pointed out that I don't know why I said all that, but like
especially when her parents are right there. Like, there's
her parents were, I can't say that I would have took it that far.
See, this is a lot why I don't like his character.
Shut up, man. You would have. You be like, I also didn't like his shoes.
No, because it was another mediocre man.
He had a brown belt with the black shoes, and I don't like that shit either.
In rom-coms, there's a growth. There's growth. There is no growth for this character.
There is growth.
Because he got a studio?
What? No, I mean, yes, but him realizing.
No, because how he did it shown there was no improvement, because he still did it in a very I don't care what you got going on way.
What do you mean I don't care what you?
Because you went to her big event.
That's what she wanted. She
Okay.
wanted him to
Okay.
hold his purse, and that's what I didn't even get to
Okay.
see the damn speech yet.
All right.
God
Go
damn.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, you
I
ruined it.
mean,
Now I'm gonna say it all mad. I came here to find you. The whole plane ride over here, I was trying to figure out how you could
Wait.
Do the Liam Neeson.
Wait.
Do the Liam Neeson.
Anyway, blah
I
blah
came here
blah.
to find you. The whole plane ride over here. I was trying to figure out how I could say this in some great way, but I couldn't. So I'm just gonna say it badly.
What?
That's better than that must be how Kareem thought he said it. But at the end, he says, "So my question is, Sasha Tran, can I hold your purse for you?"
that part was cute.
Which was yeah.
That part was
He said
cute.
a lot. He took the long way to get there.
Her parents are right there. You
I
literally
wouldn't.
Right.
I
heard
would have
them
left out the
just
sex part.
yes.
But I think they put it in as a joke.
I
But
mean, I
it
know, but
was
the
just
joke
him was
was
that
at his
awkward. But
expense. That's what cheapened it for me. It made him look dumb.
I thought in general he was cute because he was just stumbling and he was rambling and he knew who he was, but he couldn't stop talking. He's like, why did I say all that?
Mm-hmm.
But he got it together. I don't agree with what she said afterwards because she was like, that was bad. Yes, it was bad. Goddamn. But he at least, it was cute because it was like, now I'm so nervous. I realized I've messed up so bad. Just please, I just want to hold your purse.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah.
But
One
that I want
of
to
the
hold your purse thing
photographers
is...
turns to him and goes, "Dude, you're scaring the hoes."
Oh,
Yeah, stop calling yourself a cinephile. You're scaring the hoes.
Oh, damn it.
But yeah, so Kareem, I'm sorry, but go.
No, that's all right. I'm not allowed to not like him. That's fine.
You cannot like him, but you got mad at this. You said he didn't grow at all. This is literally him
He
growing.
had the growth spurt of he went from 18 to 19. That's what that.
I'll give him 23.
Because now she has a grown man with very little ambition. She's a sugar mama now.
To be fair, she got money. She don't need him to, she saw him take the initiative and like he didn't give up on the band. In fact, then the next scene, you see the band at the opening of the restaurant. He's still with the band. He didn't. I know he worded it like, "I'm not going to do anything other than follow you around," but he still has his band ambition too.
He's in his same routine with a little. Well, he goes 5 minutes further from his house.
well,
you.
I mean, he's in New York now, so
that he literally did what she wanted, and Kareem up here like, nah, fuck him.
True, I just
He
don't
ain't
like
doing...
he's better than that last rom-com you maybe watched with that black dude who they just gonna have arguments on the second movie. That he's better than that one. He is better than that one.
You said with that black dude.
I can't think of the character's name.
Talking about Boxing Day.
Oh
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out to Boxing Day episode.
Yeah.
But he's better than him. I'll give him that much.
I mean, everyone was better than.
God damn.
Yeah, that's setting the bar kind of low. Oh, well.
You won't let him grow. Anyway, so real quick, let me tie it up. And obviously she accepts and they have the seal the deal kiss. And after Sasha collects the award and the event ends, Sasha takes Marcus to her new New York restaurant. And in there's a chef preparing a pot, and like Sasha takes over and then shows Marcus what's inside the pot, and it's his mother's soup. And then she tells him that the name of the restaurant is Judy's Way, his mother's name. And the whole menu is the recipes that she taught her.
And the restaurant is completely different because every other restaurant has looked like what you would expect for a celebrity chef, very cold and all this stuff. When you come into this and you see it looks like the inside of a kitchen, it's got warm brick on the walls, it's
low
very
ceiling,
intimate. You feel like you just walked into someone's house.
Yep. Good eye. Yeah.
I think this was the project she was working on the entire movie.
Yes.
I
Well,
th- I
not the
think
entire movie,
well
but
not entire. I
well,
think there was that she did have it lined up. She did have a restaurant opening, but I think once she realized like I think it was after the Cantonese
it was
restaurant,
a
the dim
dim sum
sum
place. Yeah.
restaurant.
When he
Yeah,
trashed
that's
her
when
food.
she that's when she was like, oh, that's when she started thinking about it. And then they fell for each other.
She thanked him for reminding her of what it felt like to be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that she realized that like everything that she was seeing through her lens, like he said, you painted it all with like mud. Like you saw
Yeah.
everything negatively, but this is the same food that they had all along, and now you're
Mhm.
tasting it and it tastes so wonderful and great because now it's got this nostalgia to it that it didn't have when you were actually growing up in it.
Mhm. Yep. Which is that's real too.
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah.
Well, that was the spot, by the way, when she turned over the
The
menu and
menu,
it
you saw
said
Judy's wish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Judy's.
that's what
that's the
that's what
spot.
I was like, well, my eyes are broken. I'm
Yep.
not sure what that
Oh,
is.
Yep.
This is not a
yeah.
feeling I feel as a hardcore American man.
Yeah.
Never have I felt this. No, I'm just kidding. I cried like a
me
baby.
cry.
I
No,
cried like a
no, me
baby.
cry.
Yeah, but no,
Did you
that's the spot. It teared me up too because I was
did
just
you
I
have
was like,
a spot, Kareem?
Yeah,
Or
that was a moment.
okay, that's
that
a
was a
spot.
moment.
Okay,
That
Yeah.
was the
all
main
right.
moment.
So what
I
was your
forgot what
other
my second
moment?
one was.
Yeah.
No, I only
Dang.
had that one.
No, me. I said I
Oh.
had two.
what was it?
I think it was when the mom died, like right off the bat.
Oh,
Oh, I've
really?
watched too much anime to cry
Oh.
when a mom dies, except for
Damn.
my own.
They didn't put enough into that scene for me.
Yeah, like you.
It was too quick. It was too quick a moment.
The only thing I could say is like the moment where like she first goes into the bedroom and like you can see that she's crying from seeing him like crying and he's picking up the picture of the that she painted of their family
Yeah.
portrait.
Yeah.
Like that was
Which is on the wall at the
sad-ish.
end, by the
I
way.
know. I was
Yeah,
just gonna
they
get to
almost
Yeah.
that.
got me.
Yeah.
But like that was sad-ish, but no, that wasn't. It was definitely the flip of the menu. And then you pan to the hand-painted photo hanging
Mhm.
on the wall, and it's just like chef's kiss. Perfect.
Yeah. And then like we see the actual opening of the restaurant and everybody's there. His dad's there.
His
Diana Ross
band's
is
there.
there. The band is there.
Veronica with the baby talking
Veronica.
about postpartum.
Yeah.
Man,
I
yeah, so
Everything
postpartum
that
is
came
real. I
out
was
of
like,
her.
ma'am.
That whole godmother stint was hilarious. That's probably one of my favorite things because it's such a just weird side note where like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's just inviting herself like to be the godmother. She can't even get her own life straight, and you want to be in charge of taking care of another kid.
People don't be realizing that.
And her friend sees that. Like you're a mess.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
complete mess.
Fun fact: it was down to two people who I was going to pick for Tiff's godfather. It was between Mauricio and Lonnie, and the reason why I went with Mauricio was because Lonnie was moving to DC.
What? Does
I
he know
mean,
that?
no, I never said that, but they were even. They're even.
Now, if they listen to the podcast,
Girl, Maurice
I mean,
Biana,
if he
he don't
listens,
listen
it
to
is what it
it.
is. But it like I couldn't pick one.
hmm
And then Lonnie was like, "Yeah, moving to DC," and I was like, "Dang, well, there's the answer." Just, I mean, I wanted
Someone close.
that role to be active,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
and
yes.
Mauricio could come over every weekend. Like
Mhm.
so nothing against Lonnie. It was just that
Mhm.
like I couldn't figure out who I wanted to pick, and then he was like, "Ah, I'm moving away." I'm like, oh, "Well, you made the decision for me."
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
I mean, it's not too late. I mean, his godmother ditched, so I could get another godfather in Lou.
Wait,
He just got two godfathers.
wait. What happened to the godmother?
Look, we talk about that offline. But anyway,
Okay, all right. Bad question. Oh, okay. Now, my other thing with this movie and this guy.
Mhm.
Now it might be bad
wait,
opinion.
real quick. And the movie ends with
The
Mariah
outro.
Carey's "Always Be My Baby." I was waiting for it the whole time. The
Oh,
first time I watched it.
Yeah, that was very much
Doo-doo-doo.
a good spot.
Yeah, finally. And real quick before that song starts playing, Randall makes a joke about punching Keanu Reeves,
Thank you.
Mm,
She's
and
like, you should
Sasha
write a
says he should write a
song
song
about
about it. And in the credits, that song plays.
The outro, the song
Yeah,
about
it's
punching
actually a good
Keanu
song
Reeves
too.
for the outro. That's my
Yeah,
last note.
yeah. But go
Yeah,
ahead,
he.
Kareem.
Oh,
I feel might be bad opinion, but
Okay.
I feel like he is dating. Well, he picked a version of his mother, a woman that can take care of him.
I mean,
Cause she's doing everything for him at this point. Cause
Hey, there's really nothing wrong with a man
okay.
living in a passive role while the woman makes the money and takes care of him.
I'm not saying that.
Ladies.
I'm not. I'm not.
Should I bring my husband in for this?
I'm, no, but with him,
pull past the
it's
Kareem. Just keep it going. Keep it
I
going,
can't.
Kareem.
But because if you look at it, she's the one who pushing him to do more.
Mm-hmm.
She's buying all the crap to make him like he's successful.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like with him and his dad's business is not really him and his dad, is more his dad.
Okay.
So
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but that's how it be.
You said what?
That's how it is.
Oh,
I think
That's
I was
more
gonna
times than not.
I was gonna say that I think there's also like the whole added cultural thing to it that we have to keep in mind, like
true.
I think that in my personal experience, with a lot of Asian families, the mother is kind of really the person, and the women are the ones that are
And
kind
he's
of
an only child.
driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
True.
that
I didn't think
happens.
about the whole cultural thing. That's true. That
Yeah,
is true.
so I think that ties into it. But also, I think that you're looking at it in that very small moment because we don't see what the future is or anything like that. Like, I don't know that she was going to keep buying she was buying his merch as a way to reach out to try to get his attention because she missed him. Now that they're together, like, figure it out.
Yeah.
No, I
She's a
feel like that
cheerleader.
would have stopped,
Yeah,
but
and he does mention, about, the band coming and touring in New York on the East Coast,
mhm.
and stuff like that. So I think that, with having that support and like healing that part of him that had to finally let go of the loss of his mom and having her maybe in some sort of like surrogate space, it allows him to then finally finish growing the F up because that's where
Yeah.
he was
So
stunted.
part 2 is about him being a
You in this
successful
part too.
musician.
Well, I mean, we know he has the capacity.
I give most rom-coms I watch a part like an imaginary part 2 just to see how the couple would progress in my, just
Okay.
I,
That's
I,
okay.
I absolutely feel like we know he has the capacity to progress after this. With this kind of a bump in like support, he'll probably grow even faster. The tennis ball thing. He let the other guy be in charge of the merch. The guy had the crazy idea to get tennis balls. It's dumb. He wrote a song about tennis balls and then they started selling.
Yeah.
So he knows how to adapt and change. They wanted us to see him, he has the capacity to do that. The only thing holding him back was himself.
all
Yeah.
right, okay. I'll relax on him.
Sometimes people
He's showing.
need that. Like
And bounce back is a
I'll
theme of the
relax.
movie.
I'll
yeah.
relax on him. He shows more growth than Boxing Day guy, so I'll relax. I'll relax.
Look, especially when it comes to men. I can't speak for women, but when it comes to men, like we need to be hit over the head sometimes. We need our hands held sometimes. And I know Kareem, you done thugged it out. You figured it out on your own. You got siblings, and you the one that moved away, and you did it for yourself. But sometimes, like I'm afraid to leave my mama, and sometimes, like if you don't move, God moves you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh no, Tifra, I got a secret for you.
uh-oh.
Okay, now nobody knows. It's not a secret. I don't know. Just the way things happen. The thought of moving to Maryland did not trigger until my mom moved to Maryland.
Oh, who's
I
the
just
mama's
stay.
boy now? I'm so
Oh no,
sorry.
oh no. I'm a
I'm messing
proud. I am
with.
a proud mama's boy. I don't care. She did a lot for me. It was after my roommates screwed us over during the holidays
Mm.
and caused us to lose our place. But I moved back home, and mom, that's what she told me. She was gonna move out to Maryland because she just want to get out of Virginia. And I was like, ain't nothing here for me, so I might as well move out of Virginia. But it was just, I stayed in Maryland. She didn't, so she moved back home.
I got you. All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
So, what's y'all's favorite aspect of the film? And by aspect, I mean anything technical, anything that how it was done, how it made you feel.
There's a really good point where they use the baby as a time measuring device. So they start dating and then the next thing
It's
you
a
know, the
good
baby
point.
is born. So
Yes.
you can tell she's very pregnant, but you don't know how much time there is between those things.
Mm.
But you know there's at least been a little time because they're really lovey-dovey. They showed a bunch of shows, and now the baby is born. I just thought that was kind of cool. Like they were just kind of
'Cause
like, look how much time passed.
and if you
Maybe.
think about it, they said up front that it would be 4 months until the San Francisco restaurant opened,
hmm
and she was pregnant. I mean, obviously she was pregnant the whole time,
Mhm.
but along the way, you're right. Like, and then we got to the baby being born, and then the restaurant opened like that night, or I'm assuming it
Very
was
close
that.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when we went to the hospital, then they went home, and then that's when the fight happened, and she was on her way to the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the 4 month mark. Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that. All right, Lola.
I think maybe my favorite aspect or part was kind of the juxtapose that they showed as far as her life being super successful but missing that like human connection. And then the first thing that we see when it switches over to Marcus in San Francisco is his dad coming into the room. Well, it's him like battle dancing himself in the mirror. And then
It's like, what are you doing?
and
Smoking weed and dancing with dancing in front of me.
yeah, and
You want to
he's
join me? No, I just hit you with a dance battle.
since you put it
So,
that way, and he starts his little thing. He's like, no, 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 you win, you win. Where you could see that, like, he definitely had that human connection, and that aspect of his life was
mm,
fine. Everything else was in shambles.
yeah,
So, and understanding that honestly, when the two of them got together, that's when their worlds start to kind of balance out.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I also I just like to play on some of the words and stuff like that that they use. And there's a part when they're talking about her restaurants, and she's like trans, non-denominational, transcendent, transitioning. And it's just like it's so pretentious and it's so perfect because it's like it sounds great, but it actually means nothing.
nope, nope,
So
nothing at all.
yeah, I like those. That's probably my favorite parts of the movie.
Kareem.
Well, I got two. Okay.
Okay.
I like how both the characters were products of their parents,
Mm-hmm.
where even though old boy irked me during the movie, it was very routine and stationary.
Yeah,
His dad was sort of like that too, because his
yeah,
dad didn't really change, even like with the house. The house did not change
Hmm.
yeah,
throughout the movie, and his dad's still sticking to what he do.
yeah,
He's there to Indiana Ross, but hey, we need it. And how with Chef, she constantly on the go, on to the next, like her parents,
yeah,
always traveling, always going, always doing stuff. So I like
yeah.
that. And then I also like the
I didn't think about that. He's stuck, but she on the move
Hmm.
right,
constantly.
yeah. The what's I say? Oh, the kind of Asian American life, like the culture, I guess.
Yeah,
How they it was subtle, but they kind of pointed at it throughout the movie.
yeah,
How
yeah.
Asian American people are living, raising.
Hmm. Hmm.
I like that too.
All right. Uh, I had one and I didn't write it down. I forgot. But I really love this movie. I love how funny it was because oh my god, it's funny.
It
Hmm.
was fun. It was real
Like
funny.
I had to stop writing quotes down because I was taking way too long writing all of this up. But aside from the humor, you guys nailed a lot of it, and I love like the cultural stuff too. Just the little things like you said, like we pointed out earlier, the taking off of the shoes, and like just always love seeing when like that to me that gives movies soul, no pun intended, but like it gives it more substance. It's not just that this wasn't just some churned out rom-com, possibly
Yeah,
AI written, just another run.
it
No,
sticks
like
with you.
it sticks with you, and it's personal.
Yeah,
And like whenever someone puts like that much of themselves into something and I can appreciate it, I think that's special. But yeah, favorite scene specifically? Do we have any?
the restaurant scene in its entirety.
Oh, the
The din-
Keanu?
well,
Yes.
specifically the actual dinner when they were getting the food.
Okay.
I weak. I was weak.
Yeah.
That
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to top
Yeah.
the Keanu scenes. Oh my god! Like they knew it. They knew it. They knew
They
going
had
into
to
it
know
that
going into this. They were like, we are about to have buku people watching this. Let's put a lot of effort into this.
they said
It's
all of
nuts.
that was done in 4 days. So like we know that like those 4 days was just they were
They
dying.
probably had to cut so many times because they were laughing too hard.
Yeah, because a lot of it he ad libbed.
Mm-hmm.
So like he was just throwing stuff in. But yeah, Tim.
Scene.
Mm.
I liked a lot of the performance of scenes from the band. They were pretty accurate.
I knew it.
It gives him, like, I guess it fleshes him out in a way that you can't do in the other scenes. Because
Mm.
again, it shows that he's willing to do something and he's good at it, but he just doesn't have that one drive to make it happen even better.
Yeah, I'm a Kareem on a Keanu. It was just so like the whole time, like my jaw hurt, and it was two scenes, a total of maybe 10 minutes, and my jaw was hurting because I was just like smiling so hard through the whole thing. Lola,
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know if it's like my favorite scene, but I guess to point out like all, like you said it was so funny. Just him showing her how to fish right
mm,
before like
No,
like
it was so subtle.
it was,
I forgot about
yes,
that.
like it was so funny to me because like she's so ready to do all this stuff, and then he's like, no, you just put it here, and like we're fishing, and like so. I think what it was about that was his deadpan face, and then that
mm,
goes
Like, that's
to
it. That's fishing. You're fishing.
Veronica's
We're
deadpan
fishing.
face with the piercing, and like
mm.
and the shot at Sasha's face when they called her out on her telephone voice.
The
So
telephone.
I think it's not necessarily one particular scene, but it's just all the ways that they kept like shotting to the people's face during something that
Oh yeah, how they would
added
just
to it.
hold on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Is there a specific quote, or are we going to roll the quotes into the scenes? Because the Keanu stuff and the
Yeah.
Veronica stuff is probably top
Top
shelf.
top tier. Top tier. Absolutely. My quote is when she was like, the fact that you said bitch while holding her tells me that you're not ready.
You're not ready. I think mine specifically, if I had to pick one, just one,
Mhm.
as hard as that might be, I think it might be, bitch, don't use the telephone voice. Because she wasn't even in the room.
Yes.
Like, you have a total telephone voice. I do not do that. Yeah, you do.
She said, "Ta-ta, Veronica. Don't use the telephone voice." And then the camera just holds on her like,
Wait, shit, do I do that?
Oh man.
y'all got one? I forgot who's next, but either one.
No, it's too
Um,
many. I don't have a particular one.
There's
That's
a
all
lot
good.
of really just top, like the whole scenes, any of the scenes for me when they were both either just muttering under their breath,
Mm.
like in between lines, were just perfect. I guess one of the really good ones was when I think you mentioned earlier how he was just like, it's like $6,500. I'm still hungry,
Oh.
and he turns and shouts, "Hey, is there any way I can get a monochrome black burrito for the road?" And she's just like, he's just joking around. We had plenty of food. I'm so full. I wore my Spanx. I knew I would need them. See, look. And she
And
just
she shows the
pulls up,
Spanx.
just shows that she's wearing Spanx.
Shit,
I
I
was like,
forgot that earlier
jeez,
in.
guys.
You just remind me, earlier in the movie, she says that she didn't want to have to pee. She didn't want to drink the water because she didn't want to have to pee because she put her Spanx on backwards, and the
Yes.
holes don't line up with the flap.
I forgot
Oh,
about
I'm not gonna think.
that.
I'm not. I never knew that Spanx had the flap. I'm just.
She said,
It makes
if
sense.
it happens,
It makes sense.
I
It
won't
makes
be quick
sense.
enough to switch it around.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I never
goodness.
use the flap on any of my boxer briefs because every time you use the flap, it cancels the integrity of the flap.
Mhm.
So eventually one day you just have like an
It's just
opening.
open, yep.
It's just like, nope. So I just don't use them.
So this is real quick. Who's the MVP character? I think there's one or two choices, but I'm gonna say Veronica because she was the one kind of making it happen behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And she keeps her
It
grounded.
could also be the dad.
I say between her, the dad, and Also, I want to say his band friends, because they did stick by him
Yeah,
while they, because they obviously trying to be an actual, famous band,
yeah.
do something.
Freaking
And
Tony should have been left him, but
right,
yeah.
right, but he stuck with her.
I
When he was
lost
cussing
40
him out
pounds
too,
and you didn't even notice.
No,
I'm
like
wearing a
I'm a
medium,
medium.
and it's really hard to maintain.
I said the band stuff was pretty accurate. That's a misnomer. Okay, so the point where he like was sabotaging everything because he had just gone through the breakup and he like got too drunk before their audition and then he went up there and he peed on the amplifier. You'd have to be really drunk to throw $300 in the trash like that.
That's funny.
So that was a little bit like, bro, you gotta get you've
And I was
been past the point of
shocked,
needing to get it together. But the
shocked
fact
they
that
didn't drop
place
him after
even
that.
Speaking of shocked, shouldn't he have been electrocuted?
the fact that the place even had him again, this is not Mythbusters. Let's not go
Oh,
there.
that's good. I'm gonna leave that alone.
But
Get
yeah,
out,
no,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Kareem, very good point. Like that band should have dropped him after that. Like you sabotaged us in the middle of something. You did something crazy and gross and
A
messed up.
paying gig after how long?
Look, and then he says it in his letter to her that they actually were
They invited
nice and
us
let
to
him come back.
audition again. Like
And they
what?
killed it, and now they're
Yeah.
there.
Like what other bands that you have to turn down to
Right.
decide to do that again?
Yeah,
Right.
word.
You just reminded me that freaking the friend Tony hit it on Veronica, and he was like, "That's not mine, is it?" And
Oh,
she's like, "No, it's me and my fiance's Denise." And he's like, "Oh, actually, I'm an LGBTQIA ally, so thank you for your service." And she just kind of walks off, staring at him like,
Thank you for your service.
"All right,
Oh.
last one. Favorite character, but what character are you actually?"
I feel like my favorite character is actually we didn't say Sasha. I really do like that she's trying her best out there and kind of like rolling through all this really there's no telling what she had to mitigate to be like a restaurant star in the first place. And
Yeah.
she still had the wherewithal to realize she had to become emotionally connected again. So I like that a lot. I hope I'm not Harry.
The dad?
Sorry, I was trying to make a joke that he called him Harry.
Oh,
That's like not his name at all.
Marcus.
Oh,
Marcus.
oh, Henry.
Henry. It was not Harry. It was Henry. But that was rude, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But yeah, I hope I'm not Marcus. But maybe get it. Maybe.
Always.
Yeah.
Be mine.
All right, Kareem.
I would say Chef's best friend,
All right,
cause she kept her
Veronica.
Veronica's
Veronica's a rider.
cause she kept it moving, and you got to know how stressful it is to be working for a chef, and then one that's atypical type chef while pregnant.
Yep.
And you messing with her messy love life.
Yep.
Both sides of it.
She was doing a lot of work
with a positive attitude throughout.
At one point, she was when she the back to the water when she offered her the water. She was like, no, that was in your thigh gap." And she's like, "Oh, you called it a gap."
Aw, that's so sweet.
Okay, now who are you actually?
I would hate to say it, but I feel like I am dude.
The one you hate?
Yes.
Alright.
Because I feel like a lot of times like I'm stuck like in my routine, and it is hard to get out of that routine. And I know everybody says I'm hard on myself, but
you're not hard enough on yourself.
That's what she said.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take it. I will take it and absorb it. But no, but I feel like I'm him, because it was devastating losing your mother like that, and I know I would probably act in a horrible way.
You know what? That's real. I appreciate you for that. Talk shit about this man the whole time, and then at the end you said, "You know what?
Because he's messy and wrong."
I hate him because I am him. I see him staring back at me.
I will say I won't try to hook up with somebody else while I'm dating somebody, though. That's not something I would do.
Appreciate
Lola?
that. I would probably have to agree with Tim's assessment, or actually everyone's assessment so far, that the favorite character is Veronica. She really is the MVP, and she she was there with them when they were young. Like that's her with the curly
Right.
hair at the table. So
Right.
she knew all of that stuff and still like came back to it and like stood by her while she was making all these wrong choices, you know? So definitely MVP character. Which character am I? I am 1,000% Sasha.
Really?
I'm
I thought
very
you'd say Veronica. Okay.
no, I wish I was Veronica. But if I'm being true to myself, I can be very career and goal focused to the point where it becomes tunnel vision. And I'm so focused on setting up the
Mm.
future and planning and doing all this stuff for the future that I forget to live in the moment or live in the day. And I think that's the one thing that, we didn't really touch on that Randall kind of has. I mean, not necessarily in the sense that because he wasn't moving, he wasn't progressing, but
Yeah.
he was present in that moment for whatever that was, and she was
Yeah.
consistently like on to the next thing.
True.
And so
True.
I think that, I'm definitely, of all the characters there, I'm definitely the Sasha. My inner monologue is probably Veronica, but my outward appearance is definitely that of Sasha.
Okay. 4 for 4. Favorite character is Veronica. Maybe Keanu, but I'm gonna give it to Veronica so
Yeah.
we can have the straight flush. Wait, was Tim's favorite Veronica? I don't know.
Oh shoot, no, she is definitely in my top 3.
It's all right. Well, tie between Veronica or Keanu,
Yeah.
because Keanu was a
He was
character. It
great.
was,
But he was a jerk, so that's the only reason why I didn't pick him was because he played a jerk. But
but
Yeah.
I was crying. Oh my god.
Honorable mention to Veronica's white wife for showing up for 3 minutes.
Eh,
Denise.
I didn't even realize that. Oh
She's
Denise, yeah,
snap!
she's
she
in the
was in the
hospital. She's like,
hospital.
"Hi," and goodbye.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Oh snap! Okay.
Now, who am I actually? Now, I can say for a fact, for sure, I used to be Randall. I mean, Marcus.
Mhm.
Am I still Marcus?
Are you asking us or?
I have been thinking about this whole episode. If I'm still Marcus, I know that's why I told you the story I told you earlier about
Uh-huh.
film school.
No,
I
I
definitely
don't.
used to
I
be
don't.
Marcus. I
I
don't know
don't
if
think
I'm.
I think
outside in. I
you're
don't think you are.
yeah, I would say you're Marcus's dad.
Thank you,
Yeah.
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 I
I would
feel
because
give
like
you
that's who I
that.
was thinking. But I was like, they about to laugh at me.
no, I
All
think
right.
I
No.
think if nothing, I mean, without having known you back then to know, what changes you've made, I think that I could say from the outside that if it wasn't definitely the like catapulting moment, I think having Tiff kind of switch things around, and I think now you're a bit more focused on doing what you need to do for your family and also making sure that you're encouraging the next generation to go for their
Yeah.
dreams and stuff and not get stuck. And that's what I
I
got
mean,
Oh
from
shucks,
Marcus's dad.
dropping
you
gems.
start too many. You start too many projects to be stuck. Say you're stuck.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, all of them might not last a million years,
You're not wrong, but
but you always trying something. You are not afraid to try something. And then the amount of research you do before you actually put it out there, I'm always impressed by.
oh shucks,
Because
yo,
there's always a deep plan.
Kareem gave me 2 compliments
In
today.
one
That's it. That's it for
episode.
2024. That's
But
it.
all
That
right,
is it.
well, I appreciate that. Okay, real quick, anything we didn't already say? I think we said everything.
Well, I would just like to put it out there
Oh,
that
sure.
throughout this entire episode, I have collected sweatshirt, pants. I'm still looking for the track jacket and also
Oh,
a hat
oh, you
from
were.
Adidas, beige.
No, like if this
Like,
movie was not sponsored by Adidas, I would be surprised.
Look.
when I'm
That's
telling you that
funny.
I have a
You
No,
found
that's
whole,
them.
Oh my god.
like, I'm not playing with you guys. Like,
Yo,
I'm
I'm not
there.
mad at you.
That's funny.
Because
Get
from the
it?
minute that I saw him come on screen in that outfit, I was like, why don't I have that? Because I'm in my beige girl era right now and I need that neutral
Okay,
added to my collection.
I love it. I
that's
love it.
funny.
I ended up looking at the Adidas website for probably 15 minutes after this movie ended, even though I needed to go to sleep. I was just like, nah, y'all did that on purpose.
No, I found it. Listen, I got a whole cart.
Lola was not playing.
Mm.
All right, y'all got anything?
No, I
Tim?
got nothing.
All right,
No, this is
ratings.
I'll give it. I'll say I did not look at my cell phone once. This movie.
Hey, Was this your first? No, this is your second time. You said, right?
No, it's the first.
This is your first time. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. That's
because
important then.
the last one, I think I looked like twice maybe.
Okay, all right. That's
But no, this I did that because it was so quick moving and interesting and funny.
yeah.
Like this dialogue in this movie was top notch. It
Oh my,
was.
them jokes were hitting. All right, Tim.
My usual thing is to say whether or not I would recommend this to people and a little bit of why. I would definitely recommend this to people. I kind of wish I hope there's a physical of this because I'd like to keep this when the infrastructure falls.
Oh.
It's a good way. They did a good job at like doing a rom-com and kind of coloring outside the lines a little bit. And it was fun. Both of the leads are like some of my favorite comedy people. And I think just about anybody who enjoys rom-coms would like this one because it does some of the things that they're used to in a new way.
All right, I need to go watch her Netflix specials. Lola.
I would rate it $212.80. Which is the subtotal of my Adidas cart right now.
Wow.
Thanks to Daniel Day Kim showing up with his beige tracksuit and just making it look impeccable. But no,
10 out of 10 rating.
Yeah, like
or 10 out, I'm rating your rating 10 out of 10.
Thank you. It was amazing. So much so that I am out here looking to spend money that is not in my budget to be
That's
spent.
what I was about to say. If you spend money from watching a movie, you like the movie.
Yes. So
that's funny.
One of the top searches for always be my maybe if you put Adidas behind it is Adidas commercial. So I have to an Adidas scene that seems like it's just AIing that up together. There's no way there's like just a full Adidas scene. I would have noticed that. Nope, Elle magazine, all about Daniel Day Kim's Adidas tracksuit and all. Oh my god!
Send them the link. That's funny.
I'm on the Elle thing right now. They did a whole article about this tracksuit. I'm on fire.
This is the best.
It's an awesome tracksuit.
Listen, I'm about to be out here. When y'all see me, don't act brand new, all right? Because tripping.
Oh man. So my letterbox said I rated this an 8 out of 10. I'm bumping that up to a 9 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. I don't have anything negative to say about this movie after watching it a second time. Like it's concise, it's hilarious. After we analyzed it and seeing how she's always on the move and he's stuck and all that, man, like I thought it was very well written.
It was.
It's wild to me that the highest rating is a 6 on here. It's got a 3.1, so that's out of 10. It was a 6.2 out of 10, which is lower than the IMDb rating, which is usually, that's wild because IMDb is hard on stuff because it's general. Whatever. Fuck them. This is great. Whatever. I'm just blaming on white people.
Same.
But that's the episode, guys. It was fun.
This was a good one.
It was a really good one. And it was a good series, too. We had fun talking about love and shit these last 3 weeks. I say 3 weeks, but the truth is, I'm trying to get all these episodes out in the next couple of days. Because I'm trying to get through this backlog. I'm tired of being stuck under it all, so I'm going to try and edit as much as I can. But
well,
I
apologize for the wait. With Southside because I had completely forgot about that movie and I watched it last weekend.
There you go.
And I was
now you're ready to listen to the episode and tell us stuff we missed.
True. I also just sent you a link to my beige tracksuit on Adidas.
You're trying to get a beige mafia going, I see.
Yeah.
Secret group of beige kids.
What uniform are we wearing? Our light skin uniforms.
Do not tempt me with a good time, all right?
But yeah.
Why are we up here looking like fire lords?
But what's the last? Oh, plugs. What y'all got going on?
I'm about to finish these chicken wings. I kept muting myself so I could finish eating. I was so hungry. So
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I got 3 more. I'm about to just zap them for 30 seconds in the microwave so they can be hot again, and then tear these joints up. Then I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Same old shout out from me. I play music. I would appreciate if people listen to it and sometimes paid for it. That'd be great. Spotify doesn't do me any good anymore. You need 1,000 plays per song in a month to get paid. So Bandcamp is the way. Amazon Music, YouTube, Tidal. I think very little of my music is on Tidal. I'm not friends with Jay-Z. I didn't take the dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't take the $500,000 either.
I was like,
So
oh, shocker! You said I don't weigh anything.
I love that when somebody finally asked him about that, he was like, "No, take the
Take the money.
$500,000
yeah.
for real." My thing has always been take the $500,000 and invite Jay-Z
Right.
to dinner. See if he shows up.
Sure.
But when he shows up, be like, "Ha, nigga, this is
Hope he enjoys
McDonald's."
this McDonald's. Oh, yeah.
Y'all been on too many episodes together. That's what that means. All right.
Jay be like, "McNuggets, your boy."
It's gonna cost something.
So D&D Sluggers.
D Sluggers anywhere that isn't a group of black men playing baseball in Georgia.
All right. Lola.
Nothing. Just still rocking out with hoping to maybe sometime this year actually launch my Fab Philly Rican lifestyle blog and social media account so that people who are interested in seeing how Puerto Rican and Filipino family come together can do so.
Ooh, I'm for it.
Awesome.
All right. And don't follow Karreem.
I don't have anything. No.
And you can follow the podcast at SGBK Podcast on Threads, on Instagram, on Blue Sky. Email us at sgbkpodcast@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mama. And you can follow me personally, Tifron at Letterbox or on Letterbox and Blue Sky. All right, guys. Forgot what's next week, but just hang tight. Bye.
Bye,
y'all.
everyone.